and welcome GG fans, ladies and gentlemen of all ages. Tonight we have Illinois Division B Finals. I am DJ, joined by Mercenary. Thank you for joining me again, Mercenary. I am super excited. We had a great match last night in Iowa C, and I am looking forward to this one in Illinois B.
I am excited as well, DJ. Over on the blue side, we have Ally's main Weridchamp, the Seed 4 team, as we saw them win by 4 for the first time, and then end up taking, actually, no, they didn't win 4 for the first time. They won one round forfeit against the main team, destroyed them the second time. And over on the red side, we do have Palto Plomo, the Seed 3 team, who did in the semifinals win off of a forfeit from the Seed 2 team. So this is going to be a very interesting one. We haven't seen the full potential of these two teams yet, but as we're diving straight into bans and picks here, we have some solid bans coming out right now.
Yes, we do, Mercenaries. Oh boy, a Yumi first pick. I'm going to skip out on the bans as we see that Cat come through first here for Weridchamp. Going to be followed up here by a Lulu from POP. We'll see what they pick with it. They did ban that Caitlyn away. They banned Lee Sin, Pantheon, and Caitlyn. So two junglers and that OP bot laner. So won't be able to pair that one with the Lulu, which would, oh my, a Tristana.
A solid bot lane duo down there with the Tristana Lulu going for with the Yumi going against there. Definitely adds some extra power down there, but we might see the pick of the Ezreal, that strong duo in the bot lane. He isn't banned. With about 10 seconds left, we might see that combination come out here. Nope, instead they're diving straight after mid, grabbing that Orianna and then the Ezreal. You know, it works out in the end. Orianna, great mid lane character, but kind of blind into here, so we'll see what Pop has coming out.
Yeah, I do like it so far. I do think Orianna, one of the more blindable mid champions, just someone who is very strong, and with that Ezreal, as you mentioned, allowed through in favor of the Tristana for POP. Ezreal Yumi, very strong bot lane. I can already see how this one will be playing out, as if this Galio comes through. Oh, it will. This is going to be a party in the bot lane, I think, Mercenary.
It's going to be exciting there, especially with the Galio ultis coming in left and right. Bot lane is going to be pressured a whole heck of a lot down there. As we're diving into the rest of the bans, Wukong, Gragas, and looks like a Mumu are getting banned out. A lot of jungle targets right there, while Weridchamp is going straight for the top lane. Just looking across the bans real fast, we do have some solid bans, but a little bit more top and jungle oriented for both sides. Draven is out of the mix too, but we won't have to deal with them anyways. Rotation is going straight for Aatrox. No Ornn, he's still in the match, and we do have a Kennen ban as well, most likely a personal one. But we'll see what happens here as we're going straight back to Palto Plomo for the next pick.
So we are those top lane picks, Mercenary, making me think that we're going to see a tank top laner coming out here from Weridchamp, Kennen and Wukong, two champions that can really thrive into a low range tank for sure. So I do think that is the setup here. Although they could go another direction. Oh, a Karthus coming out here.
A very interesting jungle pick. You don't really see Karthus jungle anymore, as his mid lane has been buffed a whole lot. But you don't really see Karthus in general. But over on the side of Palto Plomo, they have the Volibear, kind of a flex pick into top and into jungle. If it is jungle, this Karthus is going to have to watch his back from anything happening. But for the set pick for Weridchamp, it's going to be that dangerous brawler set. And it looks like they might have that Volibear go top, and Amumu is being hovered right now. We might see that happen. Renekton's being hovered. Make a pick here, man. You're starting to worry us. About 13 seconds here. Kane hover.
No.
You know, all these are solid picks nonetheless. I'm very interested to see what they're going to end up with. Ooh. And it looks like Bugman.
Yeah, I was a little worried about the Kane there into the Karthus. I do worry about scaling picks. Kane's someone who can scale well, but if you give Karthus time to scale, I don't really know if there's a better scaling champion out there where you could just press R and delete a team, Mercenary.
Yeah, definitely, indeed. This Kha'Zix will definitely help a lot against that Karthus being able to burst him out pretty quickly. But for the side of Weridchamp, another interesting thing is they don't really have any solid frontline. You do have that set who is just a bruiser, who's beefy per nature, but otherwise, a lot of easy picks coming out here for that Kha'Zix and Volibear. And even the Tristana, with a ton of burst damage, is gonna be a little bit stronger, especially against this team comp here. And also looking at ultis, Ezreal does have has a well-placed main ulti comboed strongly with Orianna and Yumi. Weirchamp does have a lot of good team fighting ultimates in general, but meanwhile, Palto Plomo has a huge amount of mobility, and with that strong bot lane down there, those towers will not stand a chance.
No, not at all, Mercenaries. We can definitely see some clearly defined differences between these two team comps on the side of Weirchamp and POP. So tell me, what do you expect to see as this game plays out?
Well, namely, we'll probably see a lot of roaming coming out from this galley over the side of Pop, as he will be trying to come down to that bot lane, try to stir up that damage. You don't want to fed Ezreal, and Karthus can burn easily enough, with Kha'Zix definitely going to be looking in that jungle. Meanwhile, Volibear is probably going to be roaming as well in the top lane. If he can take down the set early enough, maybe get some kills on top of him. We've seen some crazy bear plays happening on the map. But meanwhile, over the side of Weirchamp, they do have some solid scaling characters. You do have the Orianna, Karthus as well. Overall, they have a very strong scaling team. Ezreal and Yumi is definitely going to do a lot of damage throughout the match, and if they are able to get some extra kills, or let's do a strong chunk of damage, they're going to be very terrifying. But Weirchamp's going to be looking for scaling, while Palto Plomo just has to, get each one of their lanes ahead. They have a lot of roaming, and so honestly, I think this edge will go slightly over to Palto Plomo. I do like their team comp, and I do like the mobility of it all. And we'll have to see what happens here if Weirchamp's able to, clean up the map.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, as you mentioned, Mercenary, what Palto Plomo can do with this draft. Definitely an aggressive one, in contrast to this Weirchamp. Tristana, Galio, Kha'Zix, even Volibear, all champions that want to go in, baby. And they do have the Lulu ult to back that one up. They can have the Galio ult following up on Volibear, Tristana, or Kha'Zix. And on the side of Weirchamp, they really want to disengage. They want to let their characters scale up. You have the Karthus, the Orianna, the Ez-Yumi combo, absolutely devastating in the later portions of the game. So I'm expecting Mercenary to see Palto Plomo really trying to bust some stuff up in the early game, and I worry for them if they don't manage to do so.
Yeah, they have a ticking clock now just based off of Weirchamp's comp, because again, a lot of scaling champions, more damage as the game goes on. If Karthus doesn't get targeted by this Kha'Zix, he's just going to, absolutely chew through that strong front line, and that Lulu and Tristana won't stand a chance. But I will definitely be expecting here to see a lot of roaming coming out here from Xanis, as he's probably going to be having a little bit more free open space in the jungle. And in that bot lane, we'll probably see him dropping down there multiple times along with the Galio. So overall, this is going to be a very interesting match, and I'm excited to see what Palto Plomo is going to do against Weirchamp, as we have seen Weirchamp take some very strong base team comps, and we've just seen them absolutely tear it up, especially against the first seed team. Just even if it was just during one match, they just completely tore through that top later team. And so I'm very excited to see what's going to happen here, and I think everyone in the chat's excited to see who's going to take this first match.
As am I, Mercenary, but as we count down here on the end of our Game 1 draft, we'll be going to a spectators break. As Mercenary mentioned, spam in chat who you think is going to take Game 1 of this best-of-3 finals between Weirchamp and Palto Plomo in the chat. We will catch you on the flip side of this spectator break. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this game one in our best of three final series here in Illinois Division B between Weridchamp and POP. We got POP loading in here on the red side, got Weridchamp loading in on the blue side. And we've been talking about this during our delay, but definitely, as we mentioned, two very different team comp intentions here, Mercenary.
Definitely, indeed. I've been looking over a pop side right now. They have full ability to, a little bit of engage happening right now, a little bit of aggression, and it looks like Xana's gonna take a bit of damage. But they have full mobility here to just completely stop this snowball, and I want to see how successfully they can pull this one off. We're gonna be looking at Xanis a lot throughout the match, but you're also gonna be watching this mid lane to see where they're gonna go. They want to get that bot lane ahead, and they want to get top lane at least a kill or two into the difference to try to slow down this set's scaling.
Absolutely will be the case, Mercenaries. We do see a pretty standard start come out, just a couple of abilities thrown for some poke, but looks like Kha'Zix will be starting here on his blue with Karthus starting bot side on the red buff. So nothing too surprising, and everyone just generally going to be happy with a normal start here.
Yeah, a little bit of poking beforehand, but nobody really wants to take the full dive, especially for the side of Weridchamp. They have a lot of squishy characters. Another thing to realize is we do have a Galio with a spellbook. That's pretty standard nonetheless, but he's definitely going to be looking to travel around the map here pretty quickly. So as soon as he hit level 6, this bot lane for the side of Weridchamp is going to have to watch out, as we do have a little bit of skirmishes happening here in the mid lane. Orianna does have the initial damage, but we will see what happens there, as this Galio is just going to keep getting tankier and tankier.
Yeah, absolutely. Galio definitely going to be looking to roam throughout the game, should have the push priority on this Orianna. As we see some trading coming out in the top lane, a little bit in mid, but nothing too unexpected here. Junglers are doing a standard clear. And do you expect anything in the early game out of these junglers at all, Mercenary? I wouldn't expect anything from Karthus, but not as sure about the Kha'Zix.
Yeah, Karthus will probably not pop around unless somebody's extremely pushed up, nonetheless, but we probably won't see that in many lanes, maybe in the bot lane, but they're just going to try to keep their distance nonetheless. But Kha'Zix, on the other hand, is definitely going to be looking around, most likely in the enemy jungle, trying to get some easy picks, and probably around that mid lane, trying to give Galio a bit more freedom here to roam across the map as well. And actually, right now, we do see that Kha'Zix going into the enemy jungle, as that clear's already been done. He's just going to drop a ward, and he's going to look around, maybe for that Orianna. But meanwhile, in the top lane, a little bit of skirmish happening here, but it's pretty even nonetheless. That's something you do expect against these two heavy damage characters.
Yep, still pretty normal fare going on across the lanes here. Orianna does go back for an early Dark Seal here. I do like that on her, as it will give her some extra healing on these pots. It does expect to take some poke, probably from the Galio Qs, as she tries to push this wave out. So nice early buy there from Hyadni. But yeah, everything else pretty much standard across the board. And, this bot lane of the Ezreal Yuumi, very happy to just farm it out, I would say, against probably a more aggressive Tristana, someone who wants to get kills in this early game, Mercenary.
Definitely, dude. Fronis is going to try to get some poke out, but Tristana is not exactly the most range-heavy character out there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, you do actually have the back coming out from Galio, also grabbing a Dark Seal. Definitely trying to match the amount of damage happening here. Top lane staying reasonably even, but we do have Belladeath waiting in the jungle here, doing some damage right now. Ooh.
Meanwhile, we got engaged in the top side here. Is jungler flashing away, and first blood going to come in for the top laner of POP. A lovely gank, and more going on in the bot lane here. Is now Tristana jumping in onto the Ezreal. Doesn't quite get the reset on her either. Will not have the second jump, but teleport's coming in. They've got the Karthus caught out. He's going to go down. Mid laner is very low, but they're on top of the Ezreal as well. He fails his E over the wall, does have to flash. Tristana going to flash to follow. They actually pick up Volley around the backside, but Tristana should pick up this Ezreal as well. It's a chaotic fight coming out here, Mercenaries. They are still looking for Frostness here. Hyadni connects with the QW, got an auto onto her. Will proc that phase, or Yuumi is here, but the jump. Tristana, she's going to get tagged by the Q. I think she will get run down by Bricked here, yet will concede her death. And we'll run back in the wave to try to take a couple of minions. And that is a chaotic fight, Mercenary. I think that was a 3 for 2. No, it's a 3 for 3. Sorry, it is a 3 for 2. in favor, actually, of Weridchamp there.
Yeah, there was a solid play up top there. That's definitely one you want to see going over to Volibear. But with the TPs popping in again, Brick definitely had the cooldown and popped his TP almost immediately to get into that fight. Uh, the set has definitely taken control of that top lane once again. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, you did get a little bit of pressure going straight over to that Tristana, though there are a few assists going over to Ezreal. That's something that will definitely help them nonetheless. Mid lane as well, getting a little bit farther ahead, getting an extra kill and staying farther ahead in farm, but Orianna was able to pick one up in return. Things are still pretty even across the map after that, but bot lane over for the side of Pop is going to be feeling a lot better, and that top lane is going to be feeling a lot better for Weridchamp.
On here as Stannis going in onto Bellodeath, doing a nice bit of damage just of isolation, but with that Scuttlecrop around, actually not getting the full ISO damage. Karthus gonna flash in here, does get taunted, trying to take down Xannis, does heal up very low, but gonna get shielded here. Adney going in, will pick up the kill. Karthus is actually still alive because of the Yuumi. Embrace Dream on the Ezreal does go down, and they're running Kiadney down. I do expect her to fall eventually here. And a slight win out on the side of POP.
Definitely well placed there as the chase does continue right now. But once again, some solid damage coming out there as we do see a little bit of skirmish happening top lane right now. Ooh. Solid damage there, but it's going to back off. Brick taking much more damage along with the Q. Meanwhile, actually the chase is still going on. They're not catching Kiadney right now. But Ote is looking for something. Going to just barely get that taunt, and there you go, a kill going straight over to Kha'Zix. But overall, well played from both sides. Kiadney definitely tried something there as we have more skirmishes. I want to be able to talk, but this damage is coming out left and right. Ulti getting popped there in the top lane to keep that Volibear alive as Brick did have a full charge W ready.
That coming out really fast and furious here, Mercenary, as that top lane fight looking a little weird there, as I think the top laner from POP initially thinking they could go in and try to finish off that low health set, but knowing that W was still available, actually ulted in the other direction to get out. So definitely a lot of skirmishing and fighting going around. Not even really over objectives, just more so map control, as we have not had a Drake or the Rift Herald go down. Rift Herald not even spawned yet, as a matter of fact.
A lot of damage coming out earlier on here, but kind of looking across the board, this Galio is ahead now in farm and does have an extra kill to help out in the end, which is pretty solid. But we do have Francis and Athenan waiting in the bushes right now, trying to go for something on a dancing, but nothing's gonna come out. But top lane, this set is definitely a bit more head, so you might see some more jungle pressure happening there. But the spot lane, especially with Ocean Drake spawn, there's gonna be a lot more contesting happening around there.
Yes, it will. I do imagine these teams will want to get to this Drake sooner rather than later. We do have a Rift Herald available on the Rift now, so could be a potential trade of objectives depending on what these teams are prioritizing. But we do look across the lane states here and the champion states here. After these chaotic fights, we do see a decent lead in CS for this Galio. We'll be feeling pretty comfortable as a little jump in here from Triss, but nothing much doing. Ezreal and Tristana pretty much still even here in the bot lane. Tristana does have an extra kill onto Ezreal, but still pretty even on CS, so won't be feeling too bad. Will be Embrace Dreams. In the top lane, see the set on the side of Weridchamp with a bit of a lead, and potentially most importantly here, Mercenary, is that Karthus has 62 CS to 37 on this Kha'Zix.
Yeah, Kha'Zix's not really doing great of a job trying to take down this Karthus. He did die once, but got a lot of assists and is ahead in farm right now. A Karthus snowball is still going strong. We're looking across the board right now. That bot lane is going pretty even nonetheless, despite everything happening. Meanwhile, Set does have a lead in top lane, especially for Volibear. It's going to be pretty scary as he's taking a bit of damage there in the end. Meanwhile, across the board, people are shoving it in the bot lane. This Tristana is not really getting a break in the end. It's going to take a good chunk of damage, but do some in return. You do have a Karthus waiting around the corner. He does have ulti as well. But meanwhile, in the top lane, Brick's getting dove in on right now. Xannis is chasing after the ulti. He's not going to take him down as the W is up and ready. Set's going to pop his ulti. People are backing off. Xannis is going to get a kill on the top lane. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, there goes Tristana dropping the bomb right on top of Ezreal, getting a little bit further ahead and is now getting full tower pressure. You do have members coming around here. You have the Gallia who does have ult. He's going to drop it right now. Belladeath is trapped in the middle along with a Yumi. Yumi ulti is going to get popped. The taunt is going through. Solid damage. Belladeath is going down. He does have the ulti, and he's going to pop it, and he's going to get only one. Actually, not even two. He's not going to get any kills off that. Just the damage in the end there, as the shield was just strong enough for that Lulu to stay alive there.
And unfortunately, poor Belladeath will go down for free there and be forced to reset. Still no dragon taken as we see Volibear backing in the top lane despite that jungler going down, Mercenary.
Definitely indeed. Drake is still up. There was a lot of strong fights, but it's going in the way of POP. They have that bot lane stronger now. Tristana will definitely have a lot more pressure to shove. Meanwhile, that mid lane has almost full range to roam, even though he's going pretty even right now. But Karth is looking a little bit more dangerous. You'll see him popping around the map a lot more coming along later here as he's looking for that Drake right now.
And just as we mentioned Drake, we can see Zanz starting this one up. Does have pressure in his mid lanes. You see Hiadni just about at half health, and bot lane for Weridchamp is resetting here, so should be able to take this one for free. As we see some stuff happening in the top lane here, as going in onto Brick is the top laner from POV, trying to get on top of him. The Karthus is there. They don't quite do enough damage. He's going to get the shield out here as well. May be able to take this Karthus down, although no conquer. You can see, oh yeah, is roaming up here. Belladeath will land a Q and take down. Ooh, nice effort on the flash, but doesn't quite get out of the range of the taunt. And now being run down by Oye, trying to stay away, but that Justice Punch will take Oye back into melee range. He will land a passive and will take down Belladeath for the third time.
Once again, solid plays coming out here from POP, as we do actually have some more fights happening in the bot lane.
So dead here. Oh. That is unfortunate for them. As I think, where is Yumi?
I don't actually know. Yumi is back at base, looking like she is waiting around, as we do just see a little fight happening in the mid lane. Talk about little. That's a lot of damage coming out from a Gallia, who does actually have an item up on top of this Orianna right now. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Trist has just been cleaning up shop against this Ezreal here, and a lot of extra pressure coming out from Xanus is definitely what you want to see. That snowball is slowly but surely screeching to a halt, but you do have a solid chance coming out from Set in the top lane and in team fights as well. We'll have to see what happens here, as first Drake has already gone over to POP.
Yeah, and stuff looking good for POP in general here. Have a 4K gold lead and have managed to set this Ezreal behind, taking advantage of the fact that Belladeath on the Karthus dying in the top side to the POP top laner on this Volibear, and they take that advantage, do a 3-man dive. I'm not exactly sure what happened, because Yumi, not sure if she died in an exchange, but seemed to get out of it. She was waiting in base, but they do dive successfully, and Ezreal loses a wave in most of his turret, and now finds himself 12 CS down. As POP's gonna take the Rift Herald as well here, and they're starting to snowball this advantage. As, oh my god, going back in here, and the Gallia ult on top is gonna connect onto Belladeath. It's gonna be taunted up. He is in his passive now, doing some damage. You can see Brick trying to go in. Here comes the Karthus ultimate. Not quite gonna do enough to take down this top laner with all his bonus health from the ultimate, and Brick gonna be chased away by, oh yeah, he was very strong here on Sork Shoes and the Hextech Proto Belt. So a little bit too much going on here. And going back in now, charging that taunt will connect onto Hiadni and take about half the health bar. So, oh yeah, really kind of, oh my word. Really kind of running the show. As you can see, Khans is actually sticking around. They're going to take Brick down here. He goes down instantaneously. The taunt going to land, and holy crap, Mercenary. POP is absolutely dominating across the map right now.
Sweet Lord Almighty, you stopped the snowball and started one of your own, as we do see a bit of engage happening in the bot lane right now. Race Stream taking a lot of damage. Yumi's going to pop the ultimate, but you do have the Tristana caught in the middle. It's going to be able to push it away, though, as this top lane is just getting shoved in left and right. Those three key members right now, the Kha'Zix, the Galio, and the Tristana, are all ahead. Those members you want to keep all of the other lanes in check. Set may not be able to do enough damage for this one, as Ezreal does have the tools to do something, but hasn't even finished his Maramana yet. So honestly here, what you want to see is you want to see some more picks happening from this Karthus against some weaker members, probably looking around for that Lulu, or maybe trying to do something in the bot lane with at least one other member.
Bricked is alone here. Isolation damage going to come out from Cons, but Inky Boy there as we haven't engaged in bot lane now. Tristana jumping in. She is exhausted on Franzis. Going to go back in, but he gets shut down by the Ezreal. Karthus in his pass now. Breezebeam going to get stunned up by Dang and going to be taken down by Athena on the Lulu. And we have Brig teleporting in now, ulting the Volibear back into the turret. They do get a shot down. Goes back in with the Q, but he's running out of health. He's taking an extra turret shot. He will go down to Brick. Oye is here, but with Yuumi on top of Brick, it may be a bridge too far to dive this one. And it looks like a 2 for 2 to both teams there.
A 2 for 2, but I will gladly say that might be a bit of a win going over to Weridchamp right there. Getting some shutdown gold on top of Embrace Stream will get him that marijuana, as he is now going to be able to do a lot more damage and try to spree scale back up. But once again, you do have the solid damage as that Lulu now has an extra 2 kills. It might be a support, but you do not want a Lulu who can give you even more health and a bigger shield, as she is one of the terror mages of the bot lane right now. So we'll probably see her roaming a lot more now as that bot tower is down.
We could see a lot of roams, and with this mid turret falling now, Mercenary, total map control coming in as this card there is going to land. The taunt again is Oye on the Galio. But you can see total map control. I mean, look where Zanz is standing in the enemy topside jungle, which has been completely cleared out. There are red wards all over the place in both jungles for Weridchamp here. And with all of those first tier turrets down, it is so easy for the side of POP to just move up their vision line and allow Zanz on this Kha'Zix with the help of Athena, the Lulu, and any other champions that can roam out of their lane to just control the jungle camps, control the vision, and jump onto these members of Weridchamp who are behind. Again, these members do scale very well. You do have the Karthus, the Orianna, the Ez Yuumi, but they are behind quite a bit. It's 8k gold right now, and already 2 dragons on the side of POP, and you really can't let this bleed out too much more if you are Weridchamp.
Yeah, you heard the words of 8k, as we do have a bit of an engaged looking towards top lane. But it's going to get out in the end. I heard the words of 8k as we were actually talking during the break. That's exactly what you want to see. You want to see about an 8k gold difference going over to top right now. And that's what's happening. They're up 2 Drakes, and Infernal Soul is up as well. And if they get that, it might be game over in general. But scaling is no longer the option here for Weridchamp. They don't really have the power to do that anymore. Instead, they're going to have to start roaming more as a group. And
no, Franzis.
Ooh. Franz is getting caught out there by the root. The ulti coming as well. The Lulu ulti is going to keep him alive, and the Galio 1 is there just for safety. People are staying alive right now as they are actually starting to hunt as a group. But more engages are happening across the map as we do have a chase happening now.
Oh boy, ulting in here is Brick on Oye, but a great stopwatch timing. Not sure if Brick still has his W. Great Q from Karthus. Will shut him down. Does get healed up by Yuumi. Franzis does not have ult, I believe. Will be in a little trouble. Cons is showing up here. There's no isolation damage. Karthus Q will land. They will take down Franzis. They are chasing down onto Zanz as well as Athena. Zanz will go down to Belodeath here for a 700 gold shutdown. That is a triple kill onto the Karthus, and this may be a huge mistake from POP.
And that's exactly what you want to see. You gave a Karthus 3 bounties. 3 of the strongest bounties and the only bounties in the map right now. And that's absolutely terrifying. Belodeath is going to be riling back from that one as soon as he'll back and go ahead and spend that money. Most likely finishing off his Leandris here and possibly even getting what I like to refer as a funny hat, aka a Rabadon's death cap. But that is absolutely terrifying. These Karthus ultis are going to do a ton more damage. And honestly, some more picks like that will definitely put Pop behind here as their slow lead is starting to shrivel out.
Pop still sitting at a 6k gold lead, but that is 2k less than we just talked about. And as we mentioned, oh, hold on, Brick is just dead here, I think.
Yeah, 3-man target gets polymorph. Solid damage coming out left and right. A full max W is winning up there. The Storm is going to miss. No W's get used, but he's going to get out just safely. But that just gives Pop full control of this rift here, as there might be a fight starting up around it, as we do have Xanax low.
Oh no!
Zan's taking a lot of damage. The Ignite's going to take him out. Yanni's going to get an extra kill. You don't want a Fed Orianna either, who is definitely trying their best to keep up and farm against a farm-heavy team. But they're going to get but it looks like Pop's going to get the rift here. They have some extra pressure, most likely going to be looking for that mid lane, as you do have Infernal Drake coming up and around a minute 45 here.
We've talked about it, Mercenary. Still, Pop doing a nice job trying to snowball this early game advantage, trying to use the ability of their champions and the fact that they have a lot of jungle control, but some mistakes coming out here. Franz is going in under that turret into a Yuumi ult that requires all of the ults on his team to save him, and that results in that triple kill for the Karthus. You can see they're clawing it back a little bit here on the side of Weridchamp. They still are 100% is Pop on the objectives, but you do not want to let this Weridchamp comp scale. And a couple mistakes here, followed up by that one on Zanz jumping in alone on the Orianna, is giving them some extra gold.
Yeah, but you really can't count either team out right now. That lead is still in the head of Pop right now. A solid team fight might determine who's on top despite gold and objective differences. We have 4 towers down across the map. Mid and bot still have some leftover towers. No towers looking real too low here for the side of Weridchamp. They have the full ability to try to push, as they are still trying to go for picks, and that's honestly a solid play to go. But with about 30 seconds around this Infernal Drake, we might see some more fights going on here. These members are waiting around for Bella Death, and they're gonna try to find him there. Looks like,
but we will see Franz is just clearing out waves here in mid. Zan's not going to find anyone. We'll throw out an E here, as looks like POP is moving down towards the spawning Drake. Now you can see Volibear Dang being jumped on by Belladeath. Actually going to go back in. Here comes the Galio ult. They're on to Belladeath, about half health. Out comes the Yuumi ult. Will root him up. Brick already low. Pops out the W. Does get a big shield. Dang actually going to go down first, but will pick up Belladeath. Now in his passive. Going to throw out the ultimate here. Not going to, oh, he will take down Zanz actually, and Lulu gonna fall afterwards, and now everyone is low. Gonna get taken out is Franzis by this Yuumi, and now this Yuumi and Orianna combination will try to run down the Galio. He will get a taunt and a Q out, but shielded up is Hiadni, gonna be sped up. Here comes the Q, here comes the flash from Galio. Think that will get Oye out, but in the end, it is a 3-4-4. In the favor of Weridchamp, and we can see these fights getting harder and harder for the side of POP, Mercenary.
they definitely are. There was a lot of solid plays happening there. Good start off from POP here, but you left some strong members alive in the backline. You have a TP coming in. It looks like this Infernal Drake will be going over here to the side of Weridchamp. So we do have members coming in as well. The Volibear is diving in, but with super low health, you don't even need the smite. They aren't going to get in the end, and looks like Volibears get to run away. But again, these fights are getting more and more difficult. The damage numbers are starting to even out. That gold lead from early on is fading away fast. You were able to shut down some of the members, but that set is still extremely strong, as same with Hiadni. And those mistakes from earlier might have been too much in the end. So we do see that Rift getting dropped in bot lane, but it's most likely not going to be getting any towers here, as you do have Ezreal waiting in the wings.
Yeah, and a big thing to notice in Mercenary is they lose out with that teleport from Brick on the third Drake. So going to take an extra 5 minutes for him to stack souls. Zan's going to go in here onto Brick, but Brick is really strong. He's going to throw out the W, just takes Zanz down. And Zan's getting a little too greedy, trying to go in on the tanky member. Gets absolutely decimated there by Brick. And now it's a 4v5 across the map.
As we were saying before, that set is something you do not want to fight right now. You didn't take him down too early, so a lot of damage was coming out there. There are some fights happening around here. Oliver not going to get anything in the end. And actually, Rift is actually... Oh, I was about to say Rift is about to get a charge, but no, Ezreal was able to walk behind it out of it. Anyways, yeah, Brick is too strong to fight right now, just alone, especially for this Kha'Zix, who is not really that tanky. He's going full damage. We do have Baron up right now, and currently that pressure is going over to the side of Pop, as we do have a chase happening in the jungle right now.
Brick finally able, with the help of his team, to get some vision. As we've mentioned, Pop has had full control of jungle vision here. Dang is going to find Brick here and Astral, but not really with a ton of teammates around. Not going to want to go in for this one yet. We'll just take the blast cone over the walls. Teams are hovering around Baron. It's now 24.5 minutes. I really don't think anyone wants to start this one up. You can see nobody really tanky enough, I would say, to just full 5v5 this Baron and not risk a devastating team fight. So they will just pull off and go back to farming waves. You can see Galio here in the bot lane trying to match this Ezreal. is 3 levels up as we have ult coming out. They are actually going to start it up here. And this Ezreal, very intelligent, will spot them out. They know that Galio's on the bot side, now teleporting into the fight. Ezreal has to walk up on his own with some good macro play overall. You can see the taunt coming out here, going to get on top of the Karthus. They're going to go in immediately and take Galio down. Huge Orianna ultimate lands on a 3. You can see the Karthus ultimate coming down. It's going to take down 1. Galio ult comes out to keep himself alive, and he's going to get jumped on by Brick. Gets a shield from the Lulu, but Oye will go down, and they end up losing what looked to be a good fight on the initial engage.
Solid damage there. You got the jungler down, but it's a Karthus. He wants to go down. Solid damage coming out there in the end. The ulti will just wipe people off the map. You had the strong fight going on, and unfortunately the Ezreal was able to spot them and stop that push. And now you're losing 2 towers for it, and that gold difference is fading fast. We're at around 3k in difference right now. From just a few minutes ago, about like I think 5 minutes ago, it was an 8k gold difference. So that's fading quickly here. Brick is looking terrifying. This Karthus might have 7 deaths, but has 7 kills, 9 assists. And slowly but surely here, that clock is ticking once again for Pop to try to finish this one off.
And it keeps ticking faster, Mercenary. We talked about this a couple times already, but the comp on the side of Weridchamp scales so much better than POP's comp. This Ezreal now on 2.5 items, Yuumi on 2.5 items. You can see Karthus now on 3 items with boots and 8 stacks on the Dark Seal. This is not good, and POP really needs a Baron or a Dragon Soul to try and break this game open, although Zan's probably going to catch out Belladeath. He will go down. It's a nice stopwatch, but I don't think he's going to have the health to keep himself alive. He will go down to Zan's. So a nice return to form here from POP. Zan's using that jungle vision again with still the objectives on the turret lead, able to get them that advantage. They will take Belladeath down. Unfortunately, there isn't really an objective they can contest on the map. Baron a little bit too tough as they're a little wary after what happened to them just a couple minutes ago.
Definitely, we do have that Infernal Drake coming out of about 40 seconds right now. Though Belladeath will be up in time to take that one right now is the time to try to get some vision, try to prep for any advantage plays happening right now, as we do see members going towards the Dragon Pit, trying to clear out some sort of vision. That bricked, Set and Yuumi combo is absolutely terrifying. Kiani's just around the corner as well. You're looking at a raid boss right now, folks. That's what we're following.
Yes, he is. Anyone with that Yuumi going to be much stronger than usual, although we see some pings coming out here. Yuumi Q going to connect. Set's actually going to go in, ulting on top of Athena. Going to pull out, going to get healed by the Yuumi. Yuumi ult coming out. Here comes the W from the Set. They're jumping in on the backline, but it's a split fight. Orianna going to get caught out and taken down by Bronzes. You see low health bars on the side of Athena, but they are trying to run Brick down. He does have Yuumi on top of him. They can get him. It will be trouble. It does get exhausted. Brick going to get out of the range, and they actually managed to take down Zan's on the backside. Belladeath also going to go down to this Galio ultimate. He will go back in, going to taunt Brick up, but is already very low. Should be taken down. Does flash out and will not escape. Will get caught by that W. Brick is still alive, as you mentioned. He's a raid boss with this Yuumi on top of him. And now it's Embrace Dreams and Brick along with Astro. They actually win the team fight alone despite losing their Orianna so soon. They're going to take this dragon. And we're seeing it, Mercenary. They're so strong with this Yuumi on top of him. They just can't cut through the healing.
Pop, I want to talk to you for a minute here. You started that fight off so well. You got a kill. You forced that Set low and to burn the ultimate and had to run away. But you saw the plays coming out here. A lot of lack of perception. Zan's dove back in super low, immediately getting bursted here. Oya also going right back in. He was half health against a Set. You're dead. Simple as that. You had a solid play and you started out, but then you just couldn't help yourself. That greed coming out here. You're going to die. You're going to lose the Drake. And once again, that clock is ticking here. I will not call Pop out just yet. They still have that very slight lead. But now they're going to have to start looking just for picks and no solid team fights here, especially with Brick just around the corner. No matter where you go, that Set will find you.
He will very, very strong. And even, you can't even say that Pop has done a bad job itemized. You can see 3 different types of healing reduction with 2 Executioners calling and that Bramble Vest coming out. But this Yuumi healing so much, and the Set is so strong. And as you mentioned, Mercenary, team fights will continue to be harder and harder. I do think Pop can still win chaotic team fights where they can pick some members off pretty quickly. But yeah, in a front to back, it's hard to see a way in which they cut through this Yuumi.
Yeah, but a shining example right now is Francis, as he's actually going to be running away right now. He's probably one of the shining members of Pop right now, still doing a lot of damage and taking out a lot of turrets in the end. Do you want to keep Francis alive to do all the damage that they can right now? You can't solo fight Bricked. You can't solo fight any members, especially with that Yumi around, so you need to work together as a team to pick them off in the end.
Oh, they found Zanz here. He goes invisible, going to try and dodge away. He will get found by Ezreal, but Ezreal actually E'd the other direction, and it looks like Zan's going to manage to get out with the help of Athena. Nice job by Zanz being tricky with that invisibility. Will save himself over. Could have been a pretty devastating pick of the jungler dying right around that Baron.
Talking about picks, maybe I was talking to the wrong team, as you did see Weirchamp definitely try to find something out right now. Once again, to POP, stick as a group, try to stay alive, and you need to get a solid pick. Shut down that set, and you don't really have a strong raid boss to worry anymore. Just stay away from Karthus, pick them out, use the power of Francis right now to be able to chew through their team comp, and you have something solid right here.
Oh my word, as you were talking about Francis, he goes in with a speed boost from Athena, absolutely deletes Kiadney, and this is exactly what you want to see from Pop. Pick off a member beforehand, don't get in a full 5v5, use some burst damage, and they're going to take down this tier 2 and potentially more, as Oye doing a nice job forcing the members of Weirchamp down an awkward retreat path here.
Yeah, ooh, when you getting blasted with the blast pant. A little bit scary there, but it's gonna back off anyways. Again, Francis is your strong point. Use them to your advantage, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Able to take out Kiadney, a great team fight player, out of the way. They feel pretty strong, and they're gonna go straight towards that Baron once again. A lot of pings are coming out. You do have the Ezreal ulti, Set ulti. Belladeth is also coming around the corner as well. His ultimate is also up, so they need to play it safe. Xanis, please, for the love of God, don't get caught.
Everyone hovering around the Baron here, trying to use it as bait is POP, but nice grouping in general from the side of Weirchamp. They know they don't want to be alone this entire game. His isolation damage, and with their grouping, hard for him to get in, so will not start that Baron up and will not find an extra pick. They will just go back to lanes. You can see some pings on the Baron, but lane states kind of reset here in general. You can see bot wave on the side of Weirchamp all the way pushed up into the turret mid lane, totally resetting here with some slight push in the top side, but nothing really out of the ordinary, and will give Weirchamp here some time to reset and look for some farm. We do have Dragon, though, spawning in 45 seconds.
Yeah, looks like Dragon's going to be the target of advance. Members aren't going to be too scared to go for that one, as we've seen in the past. They're going to eventually try to fight for that Drake in the end. Not a ton of vision from either side right on top of right now, but it looks like Weirchamp is starting to rotate and starting to prep. Meanwhile, you do have the Galio backing. His ulti is back up along with his TP. Ezreal ulti just a little shy away here, but it should be back up at the end to definitely try to steal something in case that does end up happening. Oliveira is going to be separating from the rest, though, going in that top lane. And honestly, the group is sticking together, but you're using your TPs to your advantage. You have to be ready for any sort of fight happening, as this Drake is going to come up in about 5 seconds. Members are trying to focus around now, and it's currently POP who has the advantage.
They should just burst this one down really quickly. I mean, oh my word, gonna flash in there, but Tristana actually gonna take it down. We have the stopwatch come out, but looks like POP just happy to take that Drake and retreat, which I think is smart. They don't even lose the teleport on their volley bear. So a nice job there from the side of POP, bursting that one down really well, but it looks like a strong call being made here by Weirchamp. They're running right towards the Baron.
They know what's happening, and it does look like POP is coming around to try to fight them as well. Their jungler might be down, but they still have some solid damage. Fight as a group and try to pick them off.
Aang has a great flank position here from the top side. You can see him hovering around there as POP trying to retreat. Dang actually headed back top. It looks like POP doesn't want any part of this, although, oh, Franz is going to get caught out here by Brick, and he's in an awkward position. He's already been exhausted, and he is behind enemy lines. I do not think this Tristana is going to be able to get out of this one, and Ultimate going to come through, take her away from that blast corner. Will be taken down, and Brick will get the shutdown. Going to try to push in the top lane is Dang, but don't think he'll be in time to take down this turret, as Brick is already here. Will be forced to retreat, and now it is a 4v5 for the next 39 seconds.
Yeah, big old yikes there. Unfortunately, Francis did get picked out there. Goes one of your strong links, and Brick is looking even more terrifying. They do have pressure over top of it right now. fights breaking out right now, but Belladeth also does a lot of damage, not a lot of magic resist on top of that Volibear. Looks like pressure's going straight on top of this Baron. They want to try to get this in the next 15 seconds. Franzis will be on his way shortly, as it looks like a fight will probably ensue here in just a short moment.
Yep, Ghost popped by Oye as the Baron now down to about 75% HP. You can see them hovering around the side. Now down to 50 HP, just around 6k. So we have a flank coming in from Zans. Tries to get on top of Hiadni, but she will be healed up. See Belladeth going down, but again, this is what they want. Hiadni going low as well. We'll get a shield off of Dang. Here comes the Karthus ultimate. It's going to burst down after him. Doesn't quite take him down. Oh my, Embrace Dream. Oh, Embrace Dream taking down 2 there. Sorry, Brick picking up the kill. But it's just too much, even with the nullifying orb on top of Zans, even with the magic resist on top of him. The Karthus ult is too much, the Yuumi healing too much. Brick gonna try to go in here, gets a big shield. Franzis now down to 50% HP, but they have done their job and chased Weridchamp off of this Baron. You can see Oye with full health bar is going to be able to have enough threat to force them away. Gonna get interrupted here, and they're gonna take down Embrace Dream. He was backing on a ward, and a mistake there from the Weridchamp 80 carry will allow an extra pick off. They will clear out vision here. Oh yeah, now level 17, doing a nice job to really even out what was a pretty bad situation initially. And while it's not a devastating loss on either side, again, a reset and more time should benefit Weridchamp, but we do have Soul Drake coming up in just 2 minutes now.
Yeah, it was a bit of a confusing fight, especially how extended it was. But Weridchamp is definitely going to be feeling good after some resets and doing a ton of damage. They know Brick is really strong now. Even though they were able to take down the Ezreal is not really your problem anymore. It's that set. It's that ton of damage, that barrel of monkeys and fun coming there, along with that Yuumi as well. As long as that Yuumi is still attached to Brick, it's going to be a dangerous situation. So you have to target one or the other. Either take down Brick or take out that Yuumi. No matter who she is on, that person needs to die and that Yuumi needs to go away. Though members are back up, and definitely POP is going to be feeling good after some fights. Boy. There's going to be an engage happening right now.
Oh, Yuumi ult comes out, but Franzis does a nice job jumping away. Oh yeah, forced to expend that flash to get away. And they're actually going to use this pressure to immediately start this Baron up again. You have Franzis' ultimate down now. Oye's flash down. Karthus ult is still up. Oye going to try and put some pressure on the backside. See, they've lost the turret. Zans is hovering around the bot side. He's actually going to jump onto Embrace Dream. Embrace Dream bursts him out. Embrace Dream wins the 1v1. Dang does some nice damage on the front line. Gets rid of one member. Brick is still in the front line. Looks like Karthus is going to go down. Ultimate is coming up, but they're actually winning the fight on the front line. Embrace Dream trying to run down Franzis, but not going to get there. And they've managed to win one, Mercenary. This is huge. There are 4 members alive to only Embrace Dream, and this should be a Baron for POP.
It looks like they made their choice, going straight for that Yuumi there and trying to shut down anyone who was on top. He got down Belladeth, he got down Hiadni. Brick was still alive though, but after getting taunted by Aya, it was just a simple pop. And there goes that strong tank. That snowball is reverting again. That gold percentage is still in the lead right now, going straight for POP. But now they have the Baron. That Drake will probably be next. And an absolute win coming out here from Palto Plomo.
This Drake spawning in 5 seconds. They're gonna have positioning on it. Brick not responding for another 10. Does have TP, but I think they might just be able to get this one. And I think if they take this soul, this is their win condition. Ezreal not. Oh wow, he just eat in. This is a mistake from Embrace Dream. He's gonna get polymorph. Not sure when that easy cooldown is gonna be coming back. We're already chunked to about half health, and they will start up this Drake. It's going down very quickly. 50% health. It's just gonna go down. That is Soul for POP, and now with Baron and Soul, this game becomes a lot harder. They're going in on top of Belladeth, going to go into his stopwatch. Orianna ultimate comes out. They're gonna take down Zans. See Dang doing a ton of damage on the front line. He's gonna take down Belladeth. Brick is now on the front line, trying to slow down Oye. Does have Yuumi on top of him, gonna get taunted up. Gonna flash and E onto the Tristana, and the ultimate's gonna take her down. Embrace Dreams picks up Franzis. Brick still on the front line being attacked here. He's gonna be taken down by Oye. I think the Yuumi will fall as well. You can see Dang doing so much work on the backside, and the Drake is too much. The Infernal Soul has done too much work for POP, and they have won this fight. It is just Orianna to 3 members of POP. They are gonna back and use their teleport to pressure this base.
Absolutely insane coming from POP. They won the fight from earlier, and with some smart moves and some help from a little Infernal Soul, they were able to take this fight around and definitely bring it back for more. Every time they need to use their advantage, they find it and they use it to the best of their ability. Bricked was able to be soloed out there. The Yumi was able to get chunked down. And once again, for some solid taunt saving from Oya, is going to be
Oh
just
my.
this base crash. And
Yeah,
speaking of taunts, there goes Hiani, absolutely deleted off the face of the earth as that TP speed up is absolutely insane.
Dang gonna immune both turrets here, going in on top of Belladeth. Dang, level 18, very strong. Yumi gonna come out here, will root up Dang under the turret. Karthus doing a lot of damage now, getting healed up. That Infernal Soul doing a ton of damage. You can see here comes the wall and the ultimate. It's not going to take Dang down, has too much shielding. Set gonna ultimate in here. Dang still getting, oh, a nice three-person facebreaker from Set. They're gonna take down Dang already, and that will be enough as Brick going to be chased off here. They do defend their base, but they have lost an inhibitor in the mid lane as a price.
Honestly, props to Weridchamp. They are not out of this fight yet. All the odds are stacking against them, but they know they still have that clock somewhere. It just needs some new batteries. They did some solid damage there. Brick still pushing to his advantage. You saw that massive shield coming out there, especially from the help of the Yumi. It's absolutely terrifying nonetheless. It's the power of this tiny little cat able to make a man into a god.
Absolutely is the case. We see Zan's looking for the Yumi, but she's going to hop back on the Belladeth, and Zan's may be in trouble here. There's no isolation damage for him. He's already being burned down. They have vision. He's forced to flash away. Here comes Francis. Does get the full combo out, but a nice stopwatch will immune that ultimate. Although the bomb still does explode on Hiad, and he loses about half her health. Should be able to get healed up by the Yumi if she does want to jump on her, and it will dissipate. Sans doing a nice job, does survive, but does lose his flash.
And it does look like
the lanes here. Sorry, Mercenary, go ahead.
You're fine. I was about to say, if you're looking across the map right now, it looks like Weridchamp was able to burn out that Baron, but that Infernal Soul is still there doing the work for them. Looking at the times right now, we do have 3 minutes until Elder, and we have around 2 minutes and 30 for that. Sorry, I'm laughing there. I just watched a tower exist and then get deleted after frame 2.
Yeah. Big thing to note here is, despite Ezreal getting his items, this Tristana has Flame Horizon, him sitting at 318 CS. Zan's in the base going on top of Belladeth here. He does have isolation damage. Is going to get a redemption on top of him as well, but actually going to go down before he can get the Karthus. Belladeth survives with the Orianna shield and the Yumi, and now it is a 4v5 as they are still pushing in this bottom lane, but really shouldn't be able to pressure this turret down to mana. Will be forced to back away from this turret.
Yeah, Zanz really wants to try to get a pick off here on anyone. Belladeth is definitely the best option, but once again, you have a ton of speed and mobility across the board right now. Belladeth is never really alone. Zanz, you're 6 and 12, my friend. You need to learn that you can't go after some lone people just yet. Stick with your team and you can do some solid damage there. The isolation damage just isn't worth it at this point unless you can get them out of their base.
That may be the case as look across the map here, Mercenary. A lot of people now cresting over to level 18, starting to see finished builds here. As you can see, Oye level 18, Dying Bear level 18, now Belladeth level 18, working on his final item. So a lot of power spikes being had. We are truly in the late game here, cresting 43 minutes. And these teams are still in a very even state. A nice advantage to the side of POP is this Infernal Soul on top of them. But I do still think, Mercenaries, we talked about the scaling, overall is on the side of Weridchamp here, and they are still getting time to find these items. So will be intriguing to see how these late game fights play out, because normally I'd hand them over to Weridchamp, but again with this Infernal Soul, you could see a ton of bursts come out and really swing these fights.
Yeah, once again, you want to see some fights that they had before, especially around that Baron. You want to see that happen again, where you target down this Yumi damage. Ooh, a little bit of a chase happening there, as you do have the Baron popping up shortly, along with that Elder Drake coming up in about a minute here. Should be a very interesting matchup nonetheless. But around the board right now, your win condition for POP is to just try to burst like you did before. And then if you're side for Weridchamp, just try to keep that scaling up. And Yumi, you got a lot of work ahead of you, but you have the heals to do it. As the team of POP are going to be looking towards this Baron.
We are grouping around the Baron. Map almost reversed here, as you can see. really far away from their base, farther away than the enemy team here. They do chunk out Zans. Will put a smite down to get some healing. And there, yeah, as I mentioned, they're just taking the advantage here. It was POP to try and push into the base. They have this level 18 Tristana. They're just knocking down the turrets. I think they're going to win here.
Oh, the back door, it's ringing. You can hear the LCS crying, and it looks like the first round is going to go straight over to POP. They knew their win condition, and they took it in the end there. I could say yikes. I feel like yikes is a good option here. I honestly didn't see that one coming. I thought another fight would definitely win this one in the end, but they had that inhib down, and they used it to their advantage, just trying to keep them out of the base.
A huge call there coming through from POP as this game was sort of balanced on a thread, but they see a mistake come in from Weridchamp. They all position too far away from their base. They leave that mid lane with the inhibitor open, and with that level 18 Tristana, she just destroys turrets. They just move down mid lane. Weridchamp can't get back in time, and game one goes over to POP.
Yeah, definitely in there. And taking a look at the damage charts right now, you definitely see that scaling was in the favor of Weridchamp. Set is up there on the top boards. You do have Parker doing a ton of damage as well. And a lot of the more rounded out members coming up from POP. But they ended up learning a new win condition, one that I didn't even see, and won that to their advantage. And with that first game going straight over to POP, we're going to take a quick minute break here before we go back for game two. Will Weridchamp try to bring their spot ahead again and try to bring us to game three? Or will Plomo just pop around the corner once again and take this in game two? We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes here.
And welcome back, GG Leagues fans, to Game 2 of our Best of 3 series here tonight between Aluy Weridchamp now on the red side and POP coming out winners of Game 1 with that fantastic backdoor with their Tristana and their Galio pushing down that base. And it was a very long and drawn out game that really was in the balance there. Mercenary does end with that backdoor. We will see how these teams adjust both in draft and in play as we go into Game 2 here. But if we're talking adjustments, we're not really seeing them in bans so far, Mercenary.
Yeah, there's nothing really interesting happening through the bans, nothing changing from before, except for that Tristana getting banned up by Weridchamp there. But we do have the Pantheon, Lee Sin, and Gragas, and along with the Victor and Draven going out as well. Tristana, definitely a strong force from last time. We don't want to see it again. But it looks like POP is going to take a page out of Weridchamp's book, going to grab that Yuumi, as Aatrox and Galio get sent over to Weridchamp instead. Pretty terrifying top and mid duo, very tanky, and do a lot of damage later on in the game.
Duelist people that can fight in team fights. Aatrox can side lane as well, so very nice to see those strong champions coming in here. But looks like we're gonna have a bit of a different focus from the side of POP. They already have the Yuumi. Now the Twisted Fate coming into that Galio in the mid lane, looking to potentially match or even supersede those roams.
Yeah, definitely interesting there in the end. Twisted Fate, good for going across the map, as we actually seen that happen for POP before. We'll handle that pretty tightly. We might see the Twisted Fate go top, probably end up mid against that Galio, as the Volibear's coming out in the end there. A lot of damage from last time with the Volibear, and a lot of damage from what's looking to be a hovering Orianna pick as well. So we might see a Galio support, something we haven't seen in a hot minute now.
Looks like that will be the case. Still can be a strong support when paired up with the right AD carry, but is interesting to see such a one-dimensional kind of support picked in the early rounds here instead of saving potentially that mid lane pick for a flex later on. Although I do expect that they would have, or I do think that they would have expected that Orianna to get banned, so maybe why that has come out. But yeah, I'm not surprised to see POP then going for some AD carry bans, trying to take away good options to pair with this Galio. And oh wow, they're hovering an Elise here, and they're locking it in.
I don't know where Weridchamp's going. Their comp is looking kind of weird right now, but I guess it's in the name. A lot of bans actually coming out for the ADC coming from the bot side of POP. They're going to be hovering that Lucian. That Lucian Yuumi is also a pretty good combo. So they did take away that Ezreal from last time. But a couple top bans coming out there from Wukong and Kennen. We may see Volibear going top again. It was a really great pick from last time, and a lot of solid damage coming with it. But we'll see here in just a couple seconds. Looks like it will be that Lucian Yuumi bot lane. A solid roaming duo there, and it should be a very interesting one nonetheless. People are setting up 15 seconds here, and we're going to see what they have in store. Is Volibear going to be a jungle pick or a top pick? I feel like I'm rambling on now. Come on, POP, pick something. And there it is.
Yeah, I do think it will be top. Dang, piloting that Volibear very, very well last game. Did expect them to put him back on that one, and we do see the Vladimir coming here to the Orianna. We actually saw this matchup play out, and the Xayah going to be locked in here along with the Galio. We did see this Vladimir Orianna matchup actually yesterday in the Iowa C Division finals. We did see the Orianna actually dominate the lane and really poke out the Vladimir, doing a nice job by taking some early game runes, Airy and Scorch. So interesting to see how that one plays out as we see it once again here. But the rest of this draft, very, very interesting, particularly from Weridchamp here, Mercenary.
Definitely indeed here. It's an odd comp, and I'm trying to put heads or tails around that. It is a pretty solid team fighting comp anyways. You do have Elise being able to pop in. Looks looking even beefier. Xayah's ultimate does allow for a lot of roots in the match, along with Galio ulti doing some solid damage as well. But overall, their strong points are looking a bit weird right now. Orianna, you do want to get fed, at least being able to pick off a good chunk of characters, but with a Volibear in the jungle, you're not going to be seeing that Elise doing too much damage in a jungle v jungle matchup. Meanwhile, for the side of Palto Plomo, that is a solid roaming comp, and honestly a strong one nonetheless. The Vlad holding out your tank, going in the top lane, along with the Volibear also being really strong in the jungle. So you'll definitely see that Volibear running around, probably towards that bot lane or that mid lane. Twisted Fate wants to get ahead to be able to roam across the map. And that bot lane, that Lucian Yumi is going to be pretty strong if he can get a kill or two on his head, especially against a beefy tank of Galio. There's a lot of kill pressure in that bot lane, and so I'm very excited to see what this Volibear is going to be able to do for that.
I do apologize. You see that I mixed up the POP comp here. That Vladimir going to be going into the top lane. Vladimir actually in the jungle, and Twisted Fate in mid. As you mentioned, Mercenary, some interesting things here. You look at Weridchamp's comp, and a lot of team fighters that can do mid to late. But this Elise is an early game champion, someone that needs to get kills, dive turrets in the early game. So where do you think Elise and Weridchamp will be looking to try to get this Elise kills, to try to get advantages? Because I look around and I really only see one option.
And you're definitely going to be wanting this Elise to at least try to get kills. I could see her going into the mid lane, but with that Twisted Fate gold card, it's kind of a scary thought down there. But maybe dropping Elise into the bot lane will definitely keep that strong bot lane ahead, especially if you do have some strong engage from Galio. Elise can definitely add to that one as well. Lucian has one escape tool, and that's his dash. Doesn't have anything else that will stop that strong fight. So Elise will probably be looking in the bot lane here for something to pop up. If not, she could try her luck in the mid lane if Twisted Fate's already burnt that gold card.
Yeah, will be interesting to see how that one does go. I do think can be a little tough to get on top of Lucian, despite only having the dash. Is some form of escape, and very, very hard to potentially gank up Vladimir with that pool, and Aatrox not having any real form of hard CC, just only the Q sweet spots and the eternal chains. So will be a little hard to gank him, potentially hard to gank bot, potentially a little easier to gank Twisted Fate, but as you mentioned, does still have that gold card to immune or to stun one of the ganking members. So I am keeping my eyes on this Elise in the early game, Mercenary. Really interested to see where Belladeath is going to take this one, because I think that is an absolute key to keep Weridchamp's composition strong.
Definitely, indeed. We've seen Belladeath play that Karthus, and we've seen him play beforehand, especially on a lot of farming characters. But personally, my edge will be going straight over to POP on this one. I feel like their comp just feels a lot more solid to me in the end, especially with a lot of options. Really, the scaling can just kind of go any way. You want that Twisted Fate to roam, get Lucian ahead. Vladimir is just going to get tankier and tankier. And honestly, in team fights, they do have some solid ultimates, though not as strong as the ones over for Weridchamp. But my edge is going over to POP here, so it'll be a very exciting match too.
It will, Mercenary. We have heard your prediction here. Let's hear from the crowd, from the viewers in chat. Who do you think will be taking game 2? Please spam your support for POP or Weridchamp in the chat. We will be going to our spectator break, but when we see you on the flip side, we will be hopping into game 2 of this best of 3 series in Illinois Division B between POP and Weridchamp. And welcome back, GG Leagues fans, ladies and gentlemen of all ages, as we are getting into Game 2 here in the Illinois Division B Finals between Weridchamp and POP. We've got Weridchamp loading in on the red side, POP loading in on blue side this game. And Mercenary, we've been talking about this Elise needing to get ahead in the early game. Where do you see her going to try to get a lead?
As we were talking before, one of those main options is definitely going to be that mid lane, as they might actually try to get something early here. 5-man diving straight into bot lane. Not finding anyone though. Almost taking out that ward, but not really. But yeah, Elise is probably going to be looking towards that mid lane, towards that TF, and especially very early on, maybe even at level 3, she will definitely have an attempt to do that. But if Oye is able to play this TF well and be able to use gold card just once, and that's all they need, it's going to be very interesting, as well as we do have members roaming up top lane here.
And with a cleanse on this Lucian, the pool from Vlad, and a spellbook on Oye, which should allow him to have cleansed at critical moments, will be even harder for this Elise to get stuff done. And Oye, definitely a hero of game 1 for POP. And if he's your main target, may be able to outplay those situations. But we will see, as we can see teams backing off of any scrimmage line engagements here. Just will be starting normally like game 1. You see Elise here on her blue. Volibear now in the jungle on Zan, starting here on the red buff. We'll skip his... Oh, nope. Going to go back to his chickens. His chickens.
What are you going to do with those chickens?
Ooh. Going in for an early gank here. He's going to flash in. They get the Q. Nice cleanse flash from Hyadni. Going to get her out of that situation, but a nice early play from Zanz. And Oye with this gold card will net them 2 summoner spells and will leave this Orianna vulnerable to a repeat gank.
Big old yikes there. Solid play coming out here from Xanis. He knew what he was going for, and I guess that bloodthirsty workout is definitely going to work well in this matchup. But as you guys saw in the bot lane, there was a pretty strong trade happening there, but Francis has that Yuumi, and so overall they ended up winning that trade down there, despite a good chunk of damage being on top. Numbers are rotating around. It looks like there might be a fight for this top scuttle, though. Elise might be rotating over to the mid lane here, a possible repeat gank. Oh,
It's moving up into so here does have double buff. She's looking at top lane right now. The Vlad is pushed a little high. There's a nice freeze here from Bricked, hovering around in this bush. Some idea, but he does go into the top brush. He's gonna move up. This should be a gank opportunity here.
maybe not.
A long time for this one. To go in, will land the chains here. Gonna miss the second Q. The chains will not connect. Holding on for the pool. Nice flash away from the Elise Cocoon. Here comes a teleport out from the side of POP. Elise gonna repel away. Oh yeah, with that gold card, will land on top of Brick. Gonna turn around, get a nice passive Q off, but Zanz is also here. Gonna land the Q down. First blood gonna go over to the Vlad, but Zanz will go down as well to a combination of Bellow Death and the turret. So it is a 1-for-1. Couple of summoners expended on both sides. And Dang picking up first blood, and I believe Bellow Death picking up the return kill onto the Volibear.
Yeah, well played coming out there from the side of POP. Definitely using that early TP advantage to, well, their advantage. Getting that Vlad a little bit farther ahead, making him a bit more tanky, though. He ended up actually getting, that kill in the end, so he's going to be a bit more of a threat up there in the top lane. But meanwhile, in the bot lane, we did see some strong trades there. That Yuumi proving really useful, as Astral is taking a lot of damage and is looking pretty low right now. He might be a tank, but he's only level 3, so he's not that tanky just yet. Numbers going to start rotating around. You want to see we're going to probably see a lot more plays like that from earlier on from Oye and from Xanis. And honestly, that's where these guys are definitely comfortable in their play style.
Absolutely is the case. You can see Franz is feeling pretty confident in this lane, already up 10 CS with the help of his Yuumi, has chunked them out very nicely. So you see pressure there. You've already seen pressure coming out from Oye and a kill onto Dang. So nice early game going across to the side of POP, but you can see Bellow Death hovering around the bot lane here. Gonna flash in, gonna miss on the Cocoon, and the taunt does not land from Astral either. Will get chunked out. And a failed gank attempt there from the side of Weridchamp. And that's not a good sign for this Elise mercenary.
Yeah, people have heard reflexes like a cat, but nothing like this. I guess one nearby just helps Franzis in there. Able to quickly dash away from not only that E, but also from that flash engage. We're actually looking mid lane, a quick little trade happening there, but not really burning anything from the side of POP in that bot lane. Really rough there for Beladeth. He's been trying to get something happening across this map, but it looks like they're going to end up losing out on some pressure, especially around this Drake, as members are starting to converge on it.
Yes, they are, but you can see this Drake already very low to Zan's. Nice taunt in, actually, from Astral, allowed to be stolen away. Beladeth going to go in and pick up the kill onto Zan's, but they will follow up. Oh, a great shockwave here, lands onto 3 members. Beladeth is exhausted now by Athena. She is running away, going to get hit, but will just barely get that W back up from the CC in time to hop onto Oye and escape her death. So I believe it is a 1-for-1 with the Drake going over to Weridchamp.
You guys had a little bit of pressure, but honestly, it wasn't enough. Solid play coming all around here. But honestly, you have a Galio to worry about. That taunt is definitely a point of contention around most of the objectives here. So that fight for Drake ended up going straight over there, and that taunt was able to force that flash to be popped, that smite to be popped early, and enough for Astral to do enough damage with so many members taunted there in the pit.
Overall, a very nice play from Astral to net his team that advantage with the first Drake, and the trade not bad either, as I believe taking down jungler for support. See some pressure actually, not just on the side of PvP. You look into top lane, despite Vladimir picking up first blood, he is down 20 CS to this Aatrox, who crested level 6 first. So some nice stuff going on there, but a play coming down here as Oye is level 6. Gonna get a flash away from Zaya, so his gold card will land onto Astral, who will go down. Beladeth is here, but I don't know if they want to take this fight in the extended fight with this Yuumi. Gonna flash in with the gold card and a double kill for Oye, and that's exactly what we were talking about there. Embrace Dream hanging around a little too long, only level 5, will get taken down as well. Now Oye in a little bit of trouble. Orianna trying to run him down. He only lands the red card, so only gets a slow. Here comes the shockwave. Will stopwatch, but he should still go down here. They are going to give the kill over to Kiadni. But Zanz is here now, and so is the bot lane. Going to cleanse this one, but should go down to Franzis, who picks up a kill. And oh boy, Mercenary, they just cannot come away with anything for free, as it looks like Beladeth potentially now hanging around too long. Forced to repel away. Don't think he's taking damage yet, but should take some here. Yeah, and Zanz will pick up that kill. No execute for the Spider, and it ends up heavily in the favor of POP.
Yeah, bit of a skirmish happening in the top lane there, but no one's really going to it. There's a lot to talk about that one. Oye just absolutely going insane there in the bot lane, popping around with the ultimate, something that we knew we were going to see happen, but honestly not almost immediately right at level 6. Able to catch off with the gold card there and being able to dodge, actually just outlast the stun with multiple members not getting caught. Their Astral fell quickly. But that first missed E from Beladeth, but not the first in the match, will end up being the death of Embrace Dream, getting that mid lane farther ahead along with that bot lane as well. While you did see the chase happening there, as you did have Kiadni coming in as well, getting an extra kill on top of Oye getting that quick little shutdown. Beladeth, unfortunately there, was not able to land another E. The ulti getting burned as well. And Oye playing once again extremely well. Was able to hold it off in the end there for the members to pop around and get another kill onto this bot lane, making an even more terrifying threat, especially what's going on right now as we're looking at this pressure just being exerted in that bot lane. Again, overall, well played by Palto, and Beladeth is gonna probably have to start landing some more E's a lot more solidly now.
Pretty well played overall. Oh, wait, hold on. We got an engage in the top lane. Jungler is here. Gonna get rooted is Brick. Taking a lot from the Vladimir, but does land the Infernal Chains and actually Nox staying back. Gonna proc the Conquer, going in on his hands. The healing is huge. Tries to flash away, but he can't get away. He's just autoing Dang down. There's no pool. It's a double kill. And now Oye's in trouble, teleporting up here. Oh my word, Brick. That was massive. And a huge turnout on the top side. He may go under turret. The gold card does come up from Oye. It should keep him alive. Will the Infernal Chains land again? Gonna connect with Q1. Gonna connect with Q2. And it's a triple kill in the extended fight for Brick. This man is on fire. In this team fight, or in this fight. It's not a team fight, it's just him.
It's not even a team fight, not even a fight, just kind of a slaughter. Brick was able to just honestly play extremely well with these fighters that we have seen him play well before, was able to get a triple kill for himself and turn this top lane around very quickly. He had the pressure beforehand, and he's going to keep the pressure. But meanwhile, in the bot lane, we did see the fight happening there. Belladeath knew that both the mid lane and the jungler were gone. He joined as well, so they were able to take out 2 kills, and that gold going straight over to Belladeath. Meanwhile, on the top lane, more fights happening.
Top side, as the Twisted Fate ult coming in here, but they cannot get onto Brick. He just gets over the wall with his flash. Now going to dash away to safety. So another ultimate expended on the side of POP to try to take down this Aatrox after that triple kill, but despite it costing him his flash, Brick earns himself a ton of resources and allows his team to go down and pick up the second Drake for absolutely free. So huge work coming out for Brick here to pick up on some of the missed early ganks from the rest of this team.
And definitely, you see Zan's going a little bit tunnel vision, focusing a lot on that top side, ended up losing a whole lot from it as well. The goal difference, though, is staying pretty even now, even though there are 2 Drakes up. Some early fights earlier on definitely put P ahead. And honestly, while this is a we might see some plays happening soon around that.
Yes, we might, as they have taken the second. We see 4 minutes on the Drake timer, so we'll be a little bit of a delay here.
Speaking of delays, we might have a bit of a stream freeze for you guys right now. So we are working that out as we speak, as there's actually a fight happening right now.
I can see stunned up here is X-Astro. Going to try to Galio ult out of here, but Francis will just take him down. Does already have this Bladed Rune. He's going to get hit by Q1. He's going to be forced to heal away. Oh, you're going to stun up the Aatrox on Brick here. A nice jumping from Zan's. Double kill onto the Lucian. Will be taken down in return by Hiadni. Brick is still healing a ton here. Is going to get stunned up. A triple shockwave from Hiadni. Brick is still alive, trying to heal up off this Vladimir. He gets hit by the Vladimir ultimate and will be taken down by the follow-up Q, but he earns his team enough time for Hiadni to land all of the damage. They take down Zanz, they take down Oye, and they take down Francis, and it's a 3 for 3 at the end of the day. So nobody getting the full advantage, but in the reset here, you can see a little bit of extra pressure on the map with Embrace Dream free in the bot lane.
It was a solid fight that luckily you guys are able to see, but there was a solid play by Francis, able to get a quick double kill for himself, doing some solid damage around the map. But Brick, once again, is absolutely terrifying on this fighter character, and is just definitely not wanting to be ignored. Brick has shown his worth time and time again, was able to do a solid amount of damage, was able to chase people into that bush for Hiadni's triple man ulti there. Though TP's coming in, we're able to force away the fight. The kills are even now, but the gold is now ahead in Weridchamp's favor. Something that we actually haven't seen happen just quite yet, as we do see a little bit of a skirmish happening in the top lane, and members are starting to rotate over to that Rift Herald.
And Brick just absolutely fearless in this top lane. This Vladimir cannot burst him out right now. Doesn't even have any MR. Actually went for the Ninja Tabby for the rest of the team, I believe. A little surprised at that one, considering the Twisted Fate, but he's going to go back in. Land the Infernal Change does not quite connect. Will land Q3, but will take a empowered Q from Vladimir. Maybe you can see Belladeath hanging around here. He's spotted by Zanz. Nope, we'll just recall. Through his topside jungle, Vladimir.
Yeah, but just looking at this. top lane though.
Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead, Mercy.
It's all right. A lot of strange fights are happening left to right, so I'll probably cut over each other a lot here. This top lane here, that Vlad is definitely looking forward to those extended trades and a lot of dashes and damage actually coming out. Speaking of damage, looking at bot lane, nearly taking down a Brace Stream as we do have a gank happening in the top lane now.
Whew. Nice play there from the side of POP overall, actually winning out in the bot lane. Franz is seeing Embrace Dream all alone. They pop both of their ultimates, chunk him low, force the ultimate out, and meanwhile, in the top side, Dang and Zanz combining nicely to burst out that Aatrox before he can really get his healing online. Despite this Aatrox having a big lead, having that first item, that damage is too much for him without any autos or Qs to heal himself back up. So will fall there for the third time and will allow Dang a little bit of a way back into this top lane matchup.
Definitely, that Vlad definitely feels good after some extended fights where he's just able to heal up, but we do actually have a gank happening in mid lane here. When he is on the run, isn't getting hit by the ball, is going to be able to get away with just some solid speed. But that Rift is going to get dropped mid lane, and we're going to see a lot of pressure being traded for mid lane tower here. No one's able to guard it, and it looks like they might try to get that pressure right on top of that Drake.
Beledeth in trouble here. Zan's going in, going to ult onto Hiadni. Here comes the Galio ult as well, going to land and just defend her from Zanz for a little bit. Oh yeah, teleporting back in, will land the gold card. Here comes Francis onto Beledeth. Not sure if Beledeth has repelled yet, but will be kept alive here. Is going to get hit by the Yuumi Q. The gold card will connect. Q will follow up and take him down. Oh yeah, picks up the first kill of this fight. Rick still frontlining here, but he's going to land on Hiadni. She's going to be slowed. Hit with the gold card. The shockwave lands on him too. It's cleansed by Francis, but in goes Brick, trying to get on top of Francis, but he's being healed up by the Yuumi, and it's a little bit too much. And now another gold card from Ole, forced to flash away his Embrace Stream. They're going to take down X-Astral as well. It's a triple kill for Zanz, and some great fighting coming out here from POP. Excellent timing on the flashes, the shielding from Yuumi, and gold cards out the wazoo from Oye.
Yeah, definitely there. Unfortunately, Brick's fighter abilities won't help him just quite yet. You do have that solid damage coming left, right. Zanz is definitely feeling good with these dive junglers doing some solid damage and work around. But over and over here, gold card landed, gold card landed. I feel like we're watching Caps as Oye is just surgical with landing these cards. Able to do some solid damage left and right. He's able to clean it up as we do have a little bit of fight happening around this Drake. Zanz too low to keep it up. And Beledeth is going to thank him for that early leash as they are going to be getting that Infernal Drake after all. A bit of a shame there, but honestly, you should have backed off that Drake, just got some vision left.
Yeah, and no kidding, Mercenary. You know, it's, again, we've mentioned this Elise, very early game champion, needs a lot of kills to level up, stay relevant in the game. And in these last couple of fights, has down is, probably getting past some of her most effective points in this early game, but with that mistake by Zanz getting caught out by Beledeth, taken down, that's the third Drake for the side of Weridchamp here. So now they have a clear avenue into late game scaling by taking this Infernal Soul when it comes up here in 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, something to see here as we do have a fight coming out here. Well, dang, it might be a Vlad, and Brick loves these fighters. That's really scary coming out there for Brick, as that Vlad does now have the Proto Belt, is able to get quickly and easily out of that trap from Aatrox. You might be able to heal up a lot on Brick there, but Dang is doing a lot of work. First tower, not even first tower, next tower is going to be going down there in the top lane, 3-0 as the ulti's going to get burned by Franz, is doing a ton of damage to Astral there. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, what's happening?
There is so much going on here. Oh yeah, is certainly dead. Hiadni does do a nice job there, but Franz is continuing to put out the pressure in this bot lane, knowing that the jungler has showed mid. You also mentioned in that top side, you saw how much damage that Vladimir ultimate did. Gonna connect here with the Cocoon, and Zan's already very low despite the bonus health, and they're just gonna take him down. And this is another mistake from Zan, just going in 1v2. It looks like Beledeth's gonna walk into the bush to her death. Galio gonna come out, but not enough to stop Dang from picking up that kill. But Dang already cooled, already very low, does get taunted up, gets a heal from the Yuumi, will manage to survive, gonna try to get this empowered Q, but it's not enough. Embrace, you're gonna take him down. Francis will take down X-Astra on the backside, but a kill picked up onto the Yumi by Brick, and now he is running after Francis, who is already flashing. I don't think he can get away from this one. Just going to auto him down. A Q2 connects, and Brick will pick up another one. It is a 3-for-1, really a 4-for-1 in the extended fight because of Zans, who is just respawning for the side of Weridchamp.
Yeah, solid play coming out there from Weridchamp. I like that little dance partner between Francis and Brick there, but unfortunately Brick's a little bit better at the salsa there, as members were doing a solid amount of damage left and right. Just some misstep plays from Oya and from Zans ended up being the death in general. Unfortunately, Zans would have been able to help Oya there in the earlier fight with just a little bit of health remaining, especially if it was just a 2v2. Zans would definitely help, as he's actually diving right on top of Hiadni right now. The cleanse able to keep away. The ulti's going to save Hiadni, but Zans is just kind of tunnel visioning just a bit here. Bloodthirsty, wanting revenge, wanting some extra kills in general, but it will not find it in general. But speaking of kills, here comes Oya being chased down by 2 members in the bot lane.
In a little trouble here. He's already thrown a gold card. We're at least going to repel in here, connect with the Q, but not going to connect with the cocoon. So Oya doing a nice job dodging out here. Now the ultimate coming through here. It's a little bit further away, but he does connect his gold card. Does get stunned up by the Galio. They do see Francis coming in here. They will peel off, but they should be able to get out. No harm, no foul. I see Embrace Stream is behind them. And Volibear is still on the top side of the map, as long with this Vladimir, who is pushing up to the tier 2 turret in the top lane, uninterrupted, with Brick grouping with the rest of the team now, recalling and going back up there. Does have that death dance completed, so in a very strong state is Brick on this Aatrox. You can see 2 items completed on the Vlad as well, so we'll be interested to see how that side lane continues to play out, and I will be interested to see how the choice to go Tabby instead of the Nerf treads on Brick here works out for him. You can see he's going all in onto Dang and doing some good work so far, but Dang going to get some boosted speed here from that ultimate. Can see the Empowered Q going to be charged, and now he is higher on health, but the rest of Weridchamp is coming in here. Pool has already been used. He's going to try to run out of turret, keep himself alive as long as possible. He hadn't going to be jumped on by Zans, who flashed in. Shockwave only connects onto one person. Brick is going to take down this Vladimir, and now Zans is kind of caught out here. Brick just running him down. He is exhausted. Athena is also on him. Actually going to get turned on by Zans due to the Yumi. Will be taken down here, I believe, by Francis, who has showed up, and now a stun landing onto Belladeth. She's going to go back in, sacrifice her life to try and take down Oye. Will come back out of the repel. Zans trying to get on top, but does get on top of Zaya instead. She's forced to ult and flash. Doesn't quite connect, but does take down her target. It's a double kill onto Belladeth. Now the Yumi is also gone. They taunt up Oye. He's going to go down, and it's an ace for the side of Weridchamp. A 3-4-5, and that is some excellent team fighting coming out on the side of Weridchamp, particularly from Embrace Dreams on that flash route from Zaya, and on Belladeth, timing his engages and his repels so well in that fight.
Yeah, well played by the side of Weridchamp right now. Brick, while still alive, was able to do a ton of damage in the end, while members were still trying to pop around. Zans, unfortunately, getting caught out, and the Yumi being taunted was not what you wanted. Last Yumi was gone. The fight was wide open. But meanwhile, there's a little bit of a skirmish for this Drake. Fortunately, Dang is alone, has the channel, and the pool is going to immediately burst down Belladeth.
That's the Shockwave.
Ooh, Shockwave's gonna get missed. Not gonna be able to get another kill. Hiadni is going to get doing as well. The pressure is still on top of this Drake. No one's gonna get it, and that's an early Infernal Soul for the side of Weridchamp. That clock from earlier on is gone. Solid damage coming out here, and while the gold difference is saying otherwise, that soul is going to give Weridchamp the advantage here.
Yeah, it is a huge pickup from Weridchamp. They win that team fight in the top lane, and despite some heroic efforts from Dang, it's not enough to force them off. They do end up taking the soul, but now trying to take advantage of these desynced respawn times by hopping straight onto this Baron. They've got it down to about 75 HP, but they have been spotted out. Weridchamp does know they are here, and they are coming. Gonna peel off now as a gold card connects. Zan's looking for something, but not gonna find any engage. We're gonna miss a Q1. Now going back in, gonna get a huge taunt in from the Galio here onto 2, but will be taken down by Francis. Oh yeah, actually picks up the last auto there, but Zan's already falling down as well. Vladimir trying to get access to this fight. Will take Hiadni very low. You can see Break about half health in the front line. Flash coming in to try to take down Dang. He's gonna turn, get a nice pool out, but a good ultimate from the Zaya. They're really, really low. They're gonna take each other out. Our Belladeth and Dang, in the top lane, you see Brick now in his ultimate healing up. Yumi trying to kite Franzis out. They will get away. Oh, yeah, does have a gold card prime, but will not find anyone within a range. And another good team fight from both sides. This one comes out 2-4-2.
Yeah, well played by both sides right here. Definitely working to their advantages. We're not able to get chunked out by Brick, but a quick trade kill from Deng is going to make up for, honestly, what seemed to be a bit of a lackluster engage. He did some damage, but who definitely lost a lot of health there and was able to trade for Belladeath, who was not able to repel back up in time. A strong fight overall, though. Nobody really wins that one, but the pressure for Baron is off now. So honestly, Weridchamp wins out just by a little bit overall. But looking at the money, looking at the money numbers right now, it's slowly but surely becoming even. But still, POP is going to be holding that lead, and they'll probably be looking for this Baron play once again.
Be looking to set up around this one, although won't quite have the map pressure right now. You see vision a bit mixed around the vision area, or around the Baron area, excuse me. So these teams are now jockeying around that position. You can see Belladeath in a bit of a tricky area. Going to land the cocoon on the Yumi, actually. And Yumi is just deleted. We know that champion has so little health when not connected. And now, Vladimir on Deng trying to go in and make something happen. Belladeath just going to repel away from the damage. Teleport coming in here from Brick. Not going to connect with the change, but Deng has nowhere to go. He's got no pool. He's going to go down to Kiadni. Franzis throwing out his ultimate on the backside as Astral zones away, and they can just start up this Baron. I mean, POP is going to try to slow them down. You can see the Twisted Fate ultimate coming out here, but it's a 5v4 already, and looks like Chain's going to connect. Franzis forced to dash away. Nice gold card going to take Astral into stun. He's going to get taken down. A good ultimate from Zaya. She's going to root back, but she will get taken down by Zans, who's healing up now. They are going to take down Zans. It's a huge chaotic fight here, as so many members are down. Belladeath and Oye are fighting to the death, and it's a triple kill for the Elise, who somehow is 14, 6, and 10 now, but doesn't have enough health, and it's a 5-for-4 on the side of Weridchamp, with only Elise coming out, but not enough health to take down the Baron. Will be forced to recall. And oh my word, Mercenary, this game is absolute chaos.
Multiple of these games have just been really well played by both teams here, but honestly, that earlier fight there was a bit of a problem. Yumi was left alone. Franzis had the Yumi on there and was waiting around the corner, but just didn't reappear. You don't know what members are waiting around. And now Yumi's just solo clearing again. Yumi might be able to heal strong, but is not strong enough to survive any fight whatsoever. And so it was a bit of a problem there for the start of the fight. But it ended up going pretty well in the favor of Weridchamp, starting it off there, doing a ton of damage, able to clear out a few members. But all of a sudden, Oye was able to land the card. Deng was able to do a solid amount of damage, and here comes Zans doing some damage to the backline, clearing it out, was able to turn the fight to an even tide there in the end. But an unofficial ace going over to Weridchamp is going to bring that gold difference even closer now, as the Drake will be coming up here in just about a minute 30. Sooner or later, members are going to be split on which objective to take, as we do have an engage happening right now.
As Hand's going to flash in here, going to get on top of Kiadni. A nice cleanse taking her away from Franzis' ult. Meanwhile, the cocoon does land from Elise. They're trying to kite out Zan, so you can see Oya coming in. Huge shockwave will land. They're going to take down Zan instantly. Dang is in trouble. He's ignited in the pool. Going to be forced into his stopwatch, but will be cocoon coming out. Will go down, and it's 5-for-3 on the map now. Weridchamp looking so good, kiting away from these engages from Zans. They're going to turn on to Baron, and I don't think trying to stop this one will work out as well for POP as the last time did, Mercenary.
Definitely indeed. A well-played fight from Weridchamp. They get the Baron and lose no one for it in the end. Honestly, Zans, my friend, I know you're playing Volibear. I know you're playing characters you love to dive in on, but honestly, that was a bit too aggressive there. You went too far and you had no support, and you ended up getting not only one member killed, but another one as well. Unfortunately, Volibear is not able to dive on this team. They are looking strong, and all of a sudden, Belladeath is just coming out of nowhere. 14 and 6 has the only bounty right now, besides the side of Franzis. Now they have pressure over top of this Elder Drake. If that Elder does get taken...
Oye has no mana here. Does get a little bit back from landing that card. Out comes the Bork from Lucian. They're going to force Brick back. He isn't his ultimate. They're forcing Zans away here as this Elder Drake is spawning in 6 seconds. It looks like Twisted Fate is recalling, does have the teleport. Cocoon does connect, not going to go in with Lucian there, but does oh my god, he does so much damage to Vladimir there as they are starting this one up on spawn. It's already at 50% HP. Here comes the ultimate from Twisted Fate. Zan's jumping in the backside, but not going to get the dragon. It is taken down by Belladeath, and in the ensuing fight, Galio coming out. Astro going to be taking huge Orianna shockwave. It's going to find everyone. And Weridchamp is going to destroy POP and win this game.
Absolutely insane fight there. A lot of missteps happening from the side of POP, but in the end, Weridchamp doesn't care. Weridchamp's going to win it in the end. Up now, finally, for ones and out of all these matches, they are up on top of money right now. Solid plays coming left and right, and Hiadni with this Orianna again is once again surgical on these ultis. We've seen them play so well in the past, and it happened once again. The timers are low, but all 5 members have the Elder buff. You really can't fight this. You really can't stop this. 1 tower goes down, 2 tower goes down. The Nexus is next, and with another kill under their belts, honestly, in the end here, we're going to be hearing those silver scrapes in game 3.
Yes, we will, Mercenary, and so well played after what was a bit of a shaky early game, not quite finding what they wanted on the Elise. Belladeath does a nice job moving around the map, picks up a couple kills and extended skirmishes, is able to keep himself in the game, and they keep stacking dragons. One on a nice early play from Belladeath, 1 created by Brick, winning that top lane fight, picking up a triple kill, and then stealing away the 3rd one from Zans, who's just alone on it. They're able to get the soul. They're able to use that to move into some Baron dances. They pick up a huge Baron fight, or Baron fight win. They pick up the Baron, and then, oh my word, after picking up that Elder Drake, the shockwave from Orianna hit 4 people and absolutely obliterated all of them, Mercenary. It was something to behold.
An absolutely terrifying fight there, and the numbers are showing it as well. Belladeath on top of the board right now with 34k. Hiadni falling shortly behind with 31k. Now Vlad in the top lane did some work for the team, but unfortunately 2 members cannot take down what ended up being a behemoth of a team here. Absolutely terrifying match, but now that 1 win goes to both teams, we're going to be taking a short break here before we go to game 3. Who is going to take it all? Will be the round 1 winner of Palto Plomo, or will it be the number 3 seeded team here? Will Weridchamp be taking it home? Who's going to take home the crown? Who's going to be the victors? Who's going to be the champions? We'll find out in just a short minute. DJ, start those silver scrapes.
And welcome back, GG Leagues fans, to this final game in our best of 3 series between Weridchamp and POP. We have been taken to the brink, to the limit by 2 excellent games. POP taking the first one with some nice leads and a nice backdoor and some great team fighting around their Elise and Oriana coming out from Weridchamp in game 2 to net them that victory. We are jumping right into Champion Select here in game 3, and we can see some changes. The Tristana still taken off the board for Weridchamp, and that Elise and Oriana that we just mentioned taken off the board for Weridchamp.
Definitely exciting here as well. Aatrox is also taken off the board, as it was a pretty good fighter earlier on, though it did falter a little bit, but Weridchamp's already going to start this one off with the Galio. We might be seeing that as a support again. It was a solid pick nonetheless, getting a lot of taunts, but meanwhile, POP doesn't care. They're going to take out that Lulu, a solid mage support down there, so that's going to be pretty exciting nonetheless. We'll see what this is going to get paired with. There's no Caitlyn ban, so there might be a Caitlyn again, but meanwhile, POP wants a secure on that top lane or that jungle. They're going to pull out the Volibear again. Though we have seen Zans play that before, it worked out well, but hopefully he's learned his lesson. I say knocking on wood, as hopefully he won't be diving in as much, taking some bad as we did see in that game too.
Maybe not. It could still, as you mentioned, end up in top lane back in Dang's hands, who did pilot it very well in game 1. And I got to be honest, I would be surprised if they don't pick up Caitlyn here. Be very surprised if she doesn't go round 1, but no, they're gonna prove me wrong here. Gonna go straight for Gragas Veigar. So we've got 3 AP champions coming out from Weridchamp in this round 1, and yeah, they could go in a lot of places, honestly, Mercenary.
It definitely could indeed. Veigar can definitely be flexed down into that bot lane in the AD position if they do want an AD mid lane, but most likely we'll see it in the mid lane popping up here as a replacement for that Oriana. But meanwhile, Gragas can also just kind of go anywhere on the map that he well pleases, but we'll probably see him in the jungle. Speaking of jungle, there is Shaco, the clown prince of crime himself, and no, I'm not talking about the Joker. We're not talking DC here today, folks, but Shaco's going to be a very interesting.
I think it's a cannon.
You think it's cannon?
I think we're having a visual bug here. That's yeah, we're seeing that's a Kennen in chat. I was going to say I was pretty excited for the Shaco, but I have not seen that one pretty much ever. And players here in chat letting us know it is a Kennen pick there for the side of POP.
Once again, pro draft is not always the best, folks, but hey, we love to run it nonetheless. So that's going to be a Kennen most likely going into that top lane. Meanwhile, as we're going out with the rest of the bans, there goes the Caitlyn, not picked in round 1, and the Silas, very interesting choice there, but a strong fighter nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the side of Weridchamp, they're taking away that Twisted Fate and that Lucian, who were a very strong duo happening throughout the match there for POP. It should be interesting nonetheless. But now I'm trying to register in my mind, Shaco equals Kennen. No clowns here today. I don't have to be that scared anymore. But speaking of something to be scared of, there's a Kaisa Hover right now, a very strong ADC coming out here, and it's going to be picked as well. But the Xayah Galio is looking like it's coming back here for the bot lane of Weridchamp.
I guess they did feel better about that one in game 2, probably why they did not choose to take that Caitlyn in round 1 of picks and bans. So we'll go for the comfort of the lane that worked. This will probably push Veigar into mid and Gragas into the jungle. So a lot of AP around that mid lane, so do be looking for whoever this last pick is here for POP to be itemizing some early MR. We'll see what Weridchamp is going to round out the draft with. It's got to be something AD, and Urgot would fit the bill here as they are hovering it, trying to consider what will be played into this Kennen.
Yeah, definitely an interesting one there. Urgot's going to be locked in soon. We'll see something, maybe.
Yeah,
it's going to be Urgot.
Very exciting there. Weridchamp already showing up with a pretty strong front line and a lot of good damage nonetheless. Gragas leading to a lot of good combos, especially with the jungle here. And with the Veigar can definitely lead to some interesting ones. Galio, great support. That Xayah Galio we saw worked pretty well last time while in laning phase. Was a rough match up. Worked out interesting in the end. I'm sorry, what is happening here? Is that a Karma mid? Are we pulling out some faker strats here?
It's Karma or Lulu mid. I think either one would function in the role here, but I do think it will be Karma most likely, because you can speed yourself up. You can chain that Vygar down, and you have the range on your Q to hit him outside of his cage. I think that will be a little bit of a better feeling matchup, but you can see what's going on here. A fully supportive draft here for the side of POP. They have that tanky Volibear still in the jungle. They have a Kennen to pressure top lane, and then they have two supportive champions that are going to pile on shields and stats for this Kaisa. So dumping their hopes, their dreams, that the ability to win this final is POP on to Franzis.
Yeah, definitely an interesting one there. And Franzis is a pretty good candidate. We've seen him outplay some people before and do a lot of damage overall. He's been a win condition not only in the first game, but in the second game was showing up pretty strong, even though that ended up being a loss. Karma actually being a pretty good support character nonetheless. The Q damage has been nerfed pretty heavily, so you will not be seeing her doing a ton of damage, but will still be working out overall. But those shields from Karma are deadly. Same with Lulu, a very terrifying dual support combo here. Mainly on the side of Weridchamp, though, they have an impressive front line. And with barely any front line coming out here from POP, along with not a ton of engage, Weridchamp is looking like a pretty big threat right now. If Ergot or any of those members are able to get into the back line, especially Veigar landing a ton of damage on either of the support characters, it could be an honest death sentence for anyone here on POP. So they're going to have to play it careful, but they're going to have to get a lot of kills on top of Franzis for this to be worth it.
They are Mercenary, definitely putting a lot into that basket. You see what Weridchamp is going for here. They do want that tanky front line, a little bit of engage, and allow Xayah and Vygar to do some of the burst damage. Gragas should have a little bit of agency as well in some of these early game plays. Can definitely get onto a Kennen if the lane does go correctly. Even a Karma with that shield speed up can be ganked by the Gragas. So interesting to see how Beladeth going to operate this one, his second now AP jungler in a row. But yeah, I think POP may just be happier to sit back a little bit, pressure with Karma, pressure with Lulu, and let this Kaisa get items. But how are you feeling about these drafts, Mercenary? Where are you leaning, and what are you seeing is going to play out in this game 3?
Well, based off of drafts and based off what we've seen in matches before, I do like the interesting play coming out here from POP. Though Zanz is on that Volibear once again, he did make a lot of interesting plays last time that did not work out for them in the end. So watching him try to play it back is going to be interesting. Hopefully he's going to learn his lesson. It's a very interesting comp. I like it, but honestly, just the solid play from last time and even in the first game, and there's just solid comp overall. My money is going right over to Weridchamp. They have overall just an impressive comp, especially against this very interesting one from POP. And they've shown themselves before. So honestly, I think we're going to see them try to do it again here.
And you have heard it here for Mercenary as we are ticking down our clock with this draft completed. This is the final game in our best of 3 series here, in the final match of our Illinois Division B. Once again, spam who you think, who you are supporting in chat. This is the last game. This will be for the crown, for all the marbles. We will catch you on the backside of this spectator delay as we wrap up this season in Illinois Division B. And welcome back, GG Leagues fan, to this final game in this best of 3 series between Weridchamp and POP. This is the final game of Illinois Division B season, as well as the winner of this game will be crowned the champions of Illinois Division B. They will take it all home. So what are we looking at here for each of these teams, Mercenary, to try to win this game and take home that championship?
Honestly, we're looking at that double support comp coming out from POP here, which again is a very interesting one nonetheless. Oye is taking that Karma with Athena taking that Lulu. And so it's a very interesting one there. They're going to be trying to keep Franus alive, as Franus has proven time and time again to be a solid win condition here coming out for the side of POP. Ooh, Adnine taking a little bit of damage there from Oye, but is not deterred from trying to bully nonetheless. But overall, then you're looking over on the side of Weridchamp, who just has a solid team comp nonetheless, and a almost near impenetrable front line. But from time to time again, it's never just a straight up fight from POP. They have a lot of tricks up their sleeves, and with this comp, they have a very big tricky comp nonetheless. You have that ulti from Kennen, you have the ulti from Volibear, you have things that can try to crack open that front line. But if Weridchamp can play their cards right, hold it strong, and be ready for anything, and I mean anything, coming out from this strange team, then they might have it in the bag. But again, all this is speculation. POP is a weird and tricky team, and I'm excited to see what they're going to try to pull out with this double support comp.
Yep, and we see pretty normal start once again here. With this player starting in his top side is Zanz. Belladeth starting normally on the red buff. Going to move up to Chicken Camps here. We're going to see some poke already coming out from the Karma in the mid lane. This is something you would expect. She will outrange this Vigar with the Mantra Qs, even with the cage, even through the cage. So she will match up pretty well in the early game. And similarly, Kennen should still have a decent advantage over Bricked. Does have some extra range, though. Bricked on this Urgot is one of the few champions in the top lane outside of Kennen that does have range on that Q on some of his autos. So should be able to survive a little bit better than most into that range top laner.
Definitely indeed. Well, they have the early game lockdown, especially with that added range. Urgot will just get tankier and tankier over time, especially with an added gank from Belladeth, would make him even tankier, especially after that ulti. Meanwhile, Hyani really just needs time, actually landing some solid damage there, but the shield getting Oya out of there. Hyani just needs time. Get more AP. Time is the essence for that mid lane, and honestly for that top lane as well. It's a click and talk here for these two lanes, but meanwhile in the bot lane, I do think Francis and Athena have that one in the bag down there, as we actually have a gank happening in the mid lane. Actually, jungler's coming up. It might be a fight.
Actually gonna go back in. They did not see Zanz there. Zan's gonna flash in here. Belladeth should go down, and first blood gonna go over to the Karma. Just a little bit too greedy there from Belladeth. Had already showed himself by coming into the mid lane. Oye had used that shield to get away, and he just decides to go all in, flash E into Oye without knowing where the enemy jungler was. Zanz shows up, and they pick up that kill. Now Oye with double buffs. Hyadni out of mana, going to land this Mantra Q. Starting to auto Hyadni down. You can see the red buff doing some work as well, and Hyadni going to be forced into base. So a great start here from the side of POP. You can actually see Zanz looking around here, trying to interrupt this back, but the E will not actually have the range. But as mentioned, a great start for this mid-jungle duo for the side of POP.
Definitely exciting there nonetheless. You see a Karma who you just chased out a lane start popping that W and walking back at you. Maybe you should run the other way, because most likely another man is going to be playing around the corner. I'm very surprised there. Zanz was able to pop around and do some solid damage. And for once, the bloodthirstiness wasn't on Zanz's head. It was on Belladeth's head, who just wanted to try to get this Vigar an early lead. But as things are going around now, Belladeth is in the opponent's jungle. Same with Xanis. As they're actually taking a look at this bot lane, it's going ahead in the way of Franz, is something that we've already expected before. Charge up from Astral is not going to really do much besides scare them, shake them up a bit. But this bot lane is definitely in the hands of Francis and Athena.
Ooh. Coming out here from Dang as well in the top lane. pressure in both of those side lanes. Nice W will land here, and Hiadni already set a little bit behind, although sitting about the same CS, so maybe mostly Belladeth set behind by that death, but not a huge lead, just about a 1k gold lead for the side of POP so far, so nothing too bad. First Drake has spawned. I'm still waiting another couple of minutes for Rift spawn, and seems all is well on the map for now.
Yeah, definitely indeed. That's going to be an Ocean Drake popping up first. No soul, but will definitely help in some added benefits there for either team. So Drake is going to be a point of contention here as members are backing up. Though there's a lot of vision coming out from Xanis in the jungle of Bellow Death after that early fight, and Beam will take a lot of buffs. So they're going to have a lot of vision going around this Drake, especially when it's going to be starting up here probably reasonably soon as we're getting around the 6-minute mark here. But meanwhile, in that top lane, Dang is definitely using his early game advantage to the work, as we actually see some hearts in the bot lane. A lot of love for these two teams. Both these teams are having a great couple of games here, and maybe a little bit of flex happening nonetheless. Ooh, on the mid lane. That pressure is also being exerted. Just pressure across the board here for the side of POP. They have that early game pressure, but if members are able to stay alive and at least go even, they'll be able to hold it out possibly till late game. But this bot lane, maybe not so much, being up almost around 20 CS now.
Already with a decent lead here, and Dang using that phase rush on the Kennen to really bully out Bricked a little bit, although Bricked has CS very nicely. Did have to expend his teleport to get back and collect his waves, but has managed to deal with it well so far. So this lead in the bot lane, really the main one here. Just a little bit of a lead on the Karma in mid because of that first blood, but not too much on Hiadni. So all in all, I think Weridchamp will still feel pretty good about their position, although this bot lane does need to avoid falling any further behind in CS than they already are.
Yeah. Things are slowly starting to come down, though the Rift is going to be coming up in about 35 seconds, so another point of contention. But once again, looking at this, the vision control coming out here from the side of POP, they have a lot of power up on that top side, and they do at least have a control ward and a vital spot down there on the bot side. But you do have Athena going around, dropping some extra vision in case anything happens. But just pressure across the board is coming out, and there'll be a fight most likely for some objective coming up in the future. Xanis is actually taking it pretty well. He might have been listening to me earlier. He's not going in for any dives yet. He's not trying to make any crazy plays. He knows, just give them time, and if something happens, react. Do not enact. So it's going to be a very interesting one nonetheless, as people are starting to rotate over to that Drake.
I was going to say, Mercenary finally going to make you happy. Saw Xan that one out as his bot lane does have pressure. They also spotted Gragas on a deep ward on his Wolves camp on that topside jungle. So you recognize that the enemy jungler will be topside. There's going to be an all-in here in top lane. Ult going to connect from the Urgot. He's trying to get this guy low enough. He does manage to get the threshold. He will take down the Kennen through the ultimate. They will lose the dragon on the backside, but a nice solo kill there from Brick will get himself a nice advantage. Now Hiadni going to be forced to flash away from the chains from Oye. Probably a necessary flash, as he did have Zans bearing down on him as well. So couple of summoners expended, a dragon over to the side of POP, a solo kill over to the side of Brick.
Honestly, Brick is starting to realize that condition in the end. He is getting beefier. He does have that phage. It's looking a lot more as we actually have an engage happening here in the mid lane. Oh my goodness. Couldn't even started talking beforehand, but Oye able to get a quick kill on top of Hiadni, who just got chunked out by Xanis there. They want to keep that Veigar down, as a lot of damage will be coming from it. But meanwhile, Belladeth trying to clear out a little bit of the lanes, going to take a little bit of a poke, but it's going to be overall pretty well. But as I was trying to say before, that fight in top lane went pretty well. That phage will definitely help, along with some extra health, looking for probably that black cleaver right now. Brick is feeling pretty good after a solo kill, though the pressure is still a little bit over to the side of Deng. That farm will definitely help pretty well. But now we have another objective taken happen from POP, as they're going to be looking straight for that Rift Herald.
Good pressure coming out from Brick, but more important pressure coming out from the mid jungle on the side of POP. They recognize they took the flash off Hiadni. Zans goes and takes one camp, comes right back, does the flash Q ult onto the head of Hiadni. That cannot be stopped with that cage, and they take him or her down very, very quickly. And use that pressure, go up and take the rift trail. It's a pretty well done from the side of POP. Again, that is where all of their advantage is sitting, is on the two champions you'd really want to see it on. Mid jungle, the biggest part of the game in its current state. So nice to see they have an advantage where they want it and are using it to get an objective.
Every time I see a Karma being played, I'd like to try to remind myself that Riot did nerf that Q damage, but honestly, Mantra Q is still absolutely terrifying that slow and a good chunk of damage coming out. You actually see a bit of an engage happening right now. Oh yeah, not fearful at all as Xanis is coming around the corner.
Here again!
And there's another kill, this time going over to Xanis. That mid lane is screwed. After all, there's no real pressure going around. You do have Dang holding that pressure up in the top side, and the bot side's almost completely toned over to the Frosses. So where is Volibear to look? That mid lane.
Hiadni making some uncharacteristic mistakes here, I would say. You know, onto a non-Orianna champion here, doesn't have the additional shielding she would normally get, or the speed up of the phase rush. Also doesn't have any of the slow items finished yet, so it's just being preyed upon by Zans here, who continues to just take advantage of the lack of flash and their ability to really get through that cage with the range of the Karma, the ability to get that root down through the cage. They're just able to keep her locked up and allow this Volibear to come in and do the rest of the damage needed. So yeah, he's definitely going to need to play that one a little bit safer when her flash is down. It is coming up here in about a minute or so, so we'll have that safety net, but she should know they're looking for her.
And speaking of looking here, here's Zans is around the corner. The flash will start its spelling, and the damage is coming through.
Oh, wait, Belladeth is here as well, actually. Here comes Galliol as well, and they're actually going to turn this one nicely. Zan's still going in, but will be taken down. Franz is trying to get something out here, but Oye is here first from mid lane. Mantra Q actually going to miss, slowed down by Belladeth's smite and barrel, and actually a great turnaround. What looked absolutely horrible from the side of Weridchamp, running right into a bush where the enemy jungler was, and now getting caught out is Athena by Belladeth. Will pop the shield, gonna flash away, gets the smite down, and does connect with the Q. Now on top of Francis, who is low. Oye is here again. Belladeth will die to Francis. It's a question of whether Embrace Dreams can get out, but there's no man on Embrace Dreams. I don't think he can get away from this one. And Oye coming right back down to bot lane and fixing what went wrong.
Yikes. A good start of a fight there in general for the side of actually a bit of damage happening on the top side. Brick looking kind of low, but it's going to be fine. As I was trying to say, what started off to be a pretty risky fight coming out from the side of Weridchamp ended up working in their favor, doing some solid damage, but they got a little bloodthirsty, seeing some members around and trying to do something. Speaking of bloodthirsty, here comes Zans right on top of Hiadni. Just gonna pop the cage and walk away. But yeah, bloodthirsty ended up getting Belladeth killed in the end there, and Oya able to get an extra kill, turning around what was an early fight. A solid pick from beforehand is gonna be going straight over the side of POP, who are looking stronger by the minute here.
They are mercenary, sitting just a half K gold lead. They will get right onto this Drake as it spawns. That E gonna spot out X Astral. They're actually gonna back off here. Belladeth has been slowed. Gonna miss the Mantra Q. Brick has also walked back up to top lane, actually sacrificing a lot of turret plates to have his teleport available, probably for this Drake. You can see Kennen now with pressure gonna start roaming down. Up there, they have started up. Gragas just ulted?
Interesting choice there.
I guess they didn't have any vision of that one, Mercenary, maybe thinking that Drake was a lot lower than it was, but yeah, that ultimate not going to amount to anything. Actually, Tanj is going to come out here from Athena, but Zans is here. Teleport coming in as well from the top side. Embrace Dreams will pick up that kill, and there is the TP advantage coming through for the side of Weridchamp. Instead of using it for the Drake, they will use it for a clean up kill But that will leave Kennen going back to the top lane with some pressure here. May be able to even take down this turret if he gets there quick enough. But a nice turnaround after losing out on that Drake from the side of Weridchamp.
Honestly, for that little fight happening there before, I do think Brink to end up burning that TP for nothing. The fight was pretty much over from last time. Speaking of fights, though, two ultis are going to get burned happening right now. Xans is around the corner, able to land right on top of him. Brave Stream, who's trying to do something, but that pressure is going to go right over to Francis. Solid play nonetheless from this ADC, who has proven time and time again to be a strong win condition for this team. But actually, more fights are happening. I'll let you talk now.
Yeah, as the Xan's going in here, and he is strong this time, jumping in under the turret with no fear, absolutely obliterated. So flashing from Brick, you're going to connect with the ultimate, and Kennen going down again. Brick saying hello and goodbye. You get to be grinded up by my belly.
Brick.
Just love the Star Guardian effect on that here after death there, Mercenary.
Hey man, a meme realized in real life. It looks great, and I think people really do love it. But, Zan's looking for a piece of the action on top of Brick. He's a bit caught off guard. Doesn't have any ulti to do some solid damage, but is trying to chunk out Zan's. Is going to get picked out by the Volibear there, and the bottom tower's going to go straight over to Franz. But, though Brick's team is behind, Brick is definitely not. Still proving time and time again to be a solid fighter in that top lane. Even though the pressure has been on him, he's been doing pretty well. But staying just a little too long in that top lane, gonna get caught out there in the end. It was probably gonna lose that top tower straight over to Dang, as well as losing that bot tower. Still putting POP ahead in gold, as we have seen many times before.
As you mentioned, Brick has been doing a nice job up down in CS to the that against a Kennen. Pretty much strong against anyone except Jace, but he's been doing a nice job for himself. But unfortunately, the pressure created by POP in the other lanes, bot lane, jungle, and the mid lane, bleeding over, as Xans has kind of been everywhere for these plays, diving multiple times under the mid lane turret to either pick up the kill himself or set it up for Oye. Those two have been in sync this matchup, but Xans has also been involved in the bot lane play, in the top lane kill there, cleanup kill onto the Urgot. So Xans has really been everywhere this game. Already 3-1-3 is 110 CS, and is probably feeling very strong and in a much better position than he was last game.
Now looking pretty terrifying right now. The current play is going to be going around this rift, and it looks like Bricks is the target of the next hit. That kill's going to be going over to Francis real quick. Something you don't want to see. That's a 3-0 coming out here on top of this Kaisa. Pretty terrifying nonetheless, but instead they're going to try to rotate and do some pressure towards this mid tower. But it's pretty scary right now. Multiple members ahead, and honestly, it's looking less and less likely that Weirchamp's gonna be able to turn this one around in the late game.
I'm kind of with you there. And guess who was there again, Mercenary? It was Xan setting up Francis for the kill. And Francis already, with his upgraded Q, does a ton of damage to this Urgot. Absolutely shreds through any resistance he has. He tries to connect here with the slows, but nothing really doing. You can see it's stacking up. The only member of... Oh boy, we got to engage here. Going in under both turrets here is Xans. Rift Herald has been popped. Belladeath trying to get in with the E. Xan's now going to go in and immune the turret as it goes down to the Rift Herald. Now in his ultimate, but not going to take anyone down just yet, as it is flashed away from by Belladeath. So nobody goes down, but they do take the tier 1 turret and will reset. As I was mentioning, the only member of their team that's even down at all is Dang, who does still have 165 CS. Everyone else across the board, 3 kills on all of their other carry members here. Just the Lulu with 2 deaths, as support gotta die for the AD carry sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely an interesting time right now. We have seen this happen before, though. A lot of pressure from POP. They've been exerting it across the map, and it's definitely working in their favor. Oye standing strong on this Karma as well, especially with some added gigs from Xans, who more or less has been a lot less bloodthirsty as we've seen them in the past. Though that Infernal Drake is up, as we do have an Infernal Soul. Looks like some pressure's being dropped around. It's currently just the Kennen and Athena waiting around there, with multiple members coming in as well. Belladeath missed the charge, and the fight is going to start here.
You really can't be throwing your body slam away like that from the Gragas with that on cooldown. The members of POP can just walk in here. They're going to have to wait for that one to be back up. And I think POP, knowing they're just stronger right now, sitting about 5.5k gold ahead as they just start this one up, and Kaisa shredding it with that pass. And now Zan's going in, will stun up Astral. The ultimate coming in from Dang, not going to connect with anyone, but ult already out from Kiadni as well as the Cage. The ultimate from Gragas does not knock Dang back into the rest of the team. Astral trying to create a zone here, but it is going to go down. They try to get on top. Flash coming up from Embrace Dreams, going to take down Athena again. Zanz is in here trying to take down Brick. Brick just barely survives, gets healed up by his runes. Franz is trying to take one out the queue, flashed away from by Hiadni. Now going in with the ultimate, but nobody there to support her. She's going to go down really quickly, but does pick up one. And Oye with a fadeaway Q there will pick up Embrace Dreams as well. It ends in a 3-4-3 with the enemy, with the jungler for the side of Weridchamp still up, so nobody will be able to take the Drake.
Yeah, it was a very interesting match nonetheless. A solid plays coming out there from the start. A lot of damage coming out with burning a lot of ultimates as well. But a burned ulti from Dang will probably spell the death there of him. He's not able to get anyone stunned there, which was a big contention, a big point of reference happening there. And so members are able to just dive in after them. A lot of chunks happening there, but once again, Franz is proving his worth and proving his time as a dancer. Just ended up just tearing through the backline there in just a make it or break it moment. Dives in there, gets a kill, and is able to stop them from pushing him more, eliminating that pressure. Kind of a clutch or kick moment, as it looks like it's going to be a clutch one in the end. They are able to get the Drake, and they're going to start up another fight.
And now Zan's on top of Astral. Slow zone coming out here from Hiadni. Going to throw the cage down on top of Oye. Looks like Zan's going to have to ult out, and there's Hiadni blowing up Oye. And that is what this Veigar can do as the game goes on. Finally gets that slow zone out, and now a stun coming in onto Zan's. Still in his ultimate, comes out of it now. Cage goes up, but does not connect with anyone. Hiadni finally picking up a big kill onto Oye. This will result in the tier 1 turret, some pressure on 2. Don't think they can quite take it down, but one thing to note in all of this is the setup was a little bit quicker from the side of POP. They were able to get to the dragon first. They take it down, and they are now on Soul Point Mercenary.
Yeah, and a quite terrifying soul as well. This is another time we've seen that Infernal Soul, and it's going to be pretty terrifying on any of the members of POP here. And they have been quick to note on every single one of these objectives, getting control, and able to tear it up. But a lot of good pressure and a strong team fight happening there in the end, especially with Hiadni being absolutely terrifying. As Belda's actually going to get chased here again.
Coming in here.
Belda's barely making out bricks around the corner though, and is going to be diving right on top of Zan's here.
Brick going straight in, does get the flash E to guarantee that ultimate, trying to do enough damage to Zan's, and will knock him down. So Brick doing a great job with those ultis so far, and Zan's gets punished for flashing over that wall to try to take Belladeth down. Does get a little unlucky not to get his target, and pays for it with his life.
Once again, you can't mess with Brick. He has proven time and time again he's a great fighter, and he's going to keep it going. Able to come in there and clean up the messes. Belladeth was able to get under tower just in time. A strong fight there, and that Urgot is looking even scarier. Once again, over time, the scaling is definitely pretty terrifying here. You do have the increased power of Brick looking even more terrifying as the time goes on, but especially Hiadni is going to do a lot more damage, and especially with that cage, if you're able to land it during a team fight, that could clean up an entire fight. So while Plata has the strong advantage right now, is on Soul Point and has the kills and towers, I will not count Weridchamp out, especially with this comp as they're using it right now.
Weridchamp setting up a trap here. They're going to taunt up 2 and take them down instantaneously. Weridchamp pulling out the moves here. Down about 4k gold, but they set up a Fnatic Death Bush, and they catch 2 members out. And now they will start up on the Baron. It's going to be up to Zanz here. They do have Franzis as well, who will be zoned away by Brick. Brick does not quite land the E. Going to get charmed up by the Lulu. Cage goes out, but it looks like they might not be strong enough. They're still going to try to keep taking this one down, but Baron's doing so much damage to them. Now Zan's going over the top, going to ulti in. Will take down Astro, going to be knocked back by Brick. Here comes Franzis. Double kill for Zanz. Going low, will get the shield back. Ulti coming out from Embrace Dreams. It's a little bit of a weird angle. Doesn't quite connect with Zanz. He will go down to Belladeth, but everyone is low. TP coming back out here from, I believe, Kennen. They're going to look to run them down. You can see him speeding himself up. Does have that home guard. Gets the E out. Nice flash in. He will connect. And a nice charm from the Lulu will connect with Embrace Dreams as well. They take them both down.
and now they can turn back to the Baron, and they have a Kaisa. This one should go down much quicker. It should be POP's Baron.
It was a strong start from Weridchamp. They used their comp to their advantage and chewed out a few of the members, but unfortunately they were not strong enough to even try at that Baron. And so they just slowly got chewed out there. Enough damage from Zanz, though he did go down, got a double kill, and was able to do enough damage. As Bricks actually dive again, they want a piece of this action, and they're going to get a few kills with it as well.
Yeah, Yadney taking one down. There goes Francis as well, taunted up. There's so much CC with this Galio and the Vygar. Now the ulti going to connect onto Oya. He'll be taken out as well. Taunt does not quite land on Luna. Athena running for her life. Zanz is there, but can't really do anything. Athena will make it out with the only Baron buff. So they do pick up the Baron. They lose 3 members as a result, and Zanz was still dead when it was taken. So a good fight back here from Weridchamp to try to mitigate the loss on that Baron buff.
A little bit of fight that Astral's trying to do something against Zanz, and it looks like the call is going to be heard, and they're going to bring it over. Stop Zanz from getting that blue buff. Very interesting play, but you know, I guess it worked.
Still is some time before this Drake spawns, so it was a little worried that he was going in and his team wasn't going to follow up, but did get the support that he needed to force him off this blue buff, and they will set up another death brush here. Going to let the side of POP set up for this break, although one thing to notice is they've been able to buy after dying here. They are going to go in here, have been spotted now. They're in a good position to get a flank, but the slow zone does not connect from Hiadni. Oye is now behind them, running into the bottom side of the map is Zanz and Athena. They're now set up so the death push will not catch anyone out. They have started up this Drake. Remember, this is sole point for the side of POV. Going to stop. Zanz is Asher. He's diving in. He's going to steal it. He's picking up. He's picked up the soul for his team, and now they're going into the fight. Zanz is already taking down one. Ulti goes out from Kaisa. She flashed over the wall, but Zanz is unkillable here. He will take down another. Lulu actually picks up the last auto. Hiadni is going to go down to Oye here. That is 3 kills onto the side of POP. Zanz is running down Belladeth. Will pop over the wall. He sees Embrace Dreams. Going to throw down the E. It won't quite connect. Oye now rooting up this Xayah. She will die to Zanz. That is 4 with the Infernal Soul picked up. They still have a Baron buff on Athena. This may be a death push here.
Absolutely terrifying there. Just once again, it's a very interesting play. You're seeing Zanz coming around here not being bloodthirsty, and we're learning from before, and is using that to the advantage. This tricky team is starting to look like a solid one now, as unfortunately the tricks are trying to be used by Weridchamp, but they're not. They got death push once. It's not going to fall for it again, especially they gave up all that pressure that they had on top of the Dragon Pit, and they were close. They were about to get it, but Zanz still had ulti. Zanz had gone down, and Zanz had bought. That was the contention. That was the point. You missed out on the smite and you missed out on the soul. And now, even with a Baron buff, you're down an inhib. Your base is open for something, and Plata has proven before, you leave an open base, you can go for something else here, and they might just go for, once again, the back door. Just an absolutely interesting fight. Zanz really turning around from what we've seen before, and it's just slowly but surely being chunked out here for the side of POP. They might just end up taking